Right here, right now, 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 right
In case you don't know, that's the Magic's warm-up song. Not warm-up song, coming out song. What the fuck do you call that? Intro song? Anyways, I'll have Steak up here in a few minutes. He'll tell me. Yes, sorry for the corp look today. I had to come straight from an appointment to the office. And let me tell you, it was a weird appointment. I had to meet with these people for about an hour. Lovely couple talking about their move and having to list their apartment. And they don't want to move. It's very conflicting. The one partner has to move because of the job. They have a very cool apartment. They don't want to leave it. And the other person does not want to move. And they got in a fight right in front of me as I'm sitting in the living room. They just walk out. One person was trying to leave and they said, no, honey, don't leave. And went out in the hallway and I heard them fighting for about 2 minutes, 2 solid minutes, just fighting. While I was just sitting in their living room. And then I decided to go on Twitter to kill the time and laugh at some trend content. So that was fun. What's up? Good morning, entrance. Thank you, Coastal. Early and so Corp. Appreciate it. DJ and Looking Corp. As usual. Really? What do you mean as usual? I'm wearing like fucking sweaters every time I stream. I did change. I might look a little bit different. I did change the camera setting to 780p. Does that sound right? Or 720? I don't know. One of those fucking things. It was in the 400s. I was like, what are we doing in the 400s? Now I look a little bit more crystal clear. You can see like the sunspots on my forehead. My wife hates those. My mole on my nose. Everybody thinks I got my nose pierced. No, I didn't get my nose pierced. I do have 3 awful tattoos, though. I got some really bad tattoos. If you ever see me at a pool or the beach, you'll see them. I'm not going to show them then. 720 sounds right. Yep. Look sharp, bet sharp. Like that, actually. Note. So are they moving or not? Well, they're going to have a conversation. I was like, you guys have a lot to talk about. They got to have to move. There's no choice. It sucks. They don't want to move. It sucks. And I'm just like right there in the middle. I'm like, can you guys hash this shit out before I fucking come over at 8:45 in the morning? Good morning, bitches. I'm alive. Love to hear it. Fat girls. By the way, fat girls, I know you're a big NBA guy. Who's your favorite team? Who's your favorite team? Are you a Chicago guy? Or are you where my Guinness fans at? That's right. Not with fucking Johnny Quintana, the owner's box dude, who I actually really like. He's one of my favorite followers on Twitter. Can't be bashing Guinness like that. You can't do it. Anybody see that? Any owner's box fans in here? I like those guys. They're nice guys. I'm happy to come on with them anytime. Johnny T. Mac Hater. It's me. Respect me. Johnny T. Mac Hater. Wait, is that you? No. Is that you, Johnny G? Is it really? How do I know if it's really you or not? I'm trying to think of a test. Dame looked good last night. Yeah, you fucking assholes want to act like you're all ball knowers. Oh, it is. It's probably G-Mac, T-Mac Hater. Johnny G. Listen, Tin Roof forever. All right, I guess it's really him. Well, welcome to the stream, but also here's the thing about Guinness. Everything you said could not be more wrong. Now, I know where you're coming from. Sometimes people do certain things to just look the part. I feel that way about people drinking seltzer water. I think when you drink seltzer, you just feel fancy, you know? And I don't get it. I don't like carbonated water. If I'm going to drink water, I just want water. If I want something carbonated, I want some fucking corn syrup in it. But when you say people drink Guinness to look educated, I could not disagree more. I love Guinness. I don't even have a college degree, so that's wrong. Then you said it's filling. That just tells me right there you don't know what you're talking about. Filling? Guinness is filling. It's the lightest beer imaginable because it's not gassy. It doesn't have the fucking, what do you call that makes the bubbles when you tap beer? Carbonation? I don't know. Nitrogen? You don't get bloated. It's really, really light, actually. And it's lower on alcohol content. So you could just drink these fuckers all day and feel fine. I had 10, and I'm not bragging. I don't drink a lot. I can't drink a lot. I'm a bitch. I had 10 beers on a Sunday watching football from like 12 to 10 p.m. I felt fine. Might as well have 10 Mick Ultras. People don't realize that. All right, not gonna lie. Thank you, fat girls. Thank you. Hey, I'll take that. Pat my fucking back, baby. I'll take a back tap pat every now and then. I'm gonna drink it until I pass out tomorrow. That's the thing. You won't pass out. It's so good and so light. You need some fucking whiskey to knock you over. Dame not going for 27 hours. Sure. Yeah. You probably can't see it. Maybe you can now that we're in 720p. Where did I write Dame Day? Oh, right here. NBA Dame 35 plus. Guess who took advantage of that? Steak did. Steak put $100 on Dame. I didn't do it because I respect the chat. You know what? Fuck all of yous. All right. I'm done. If I have a lean and a hunch, I'm going for it. All right. No, but don't fuck you guys, though. You're smart. I like what you tell me. Pat, I'm going to need to work with you in my office after that Canes piss. Yeah, it was never the Canes. Honestly, as that game was starting, I was like, I feel like we're going to get duped. All the Kraken can do is still corn. Get this motherfucking boomer a chain ASAP. I do need a chain. Steak, by the way, whenever you're ready to go, just let me know. I can bring you up and we can start chatting about college. All right. Oh, look at that. We got 14 people on Twitter. Twitter, what's up? I'm going to stay on Twitter. We are also on YouTube. I connected to a fucking YouTube page. We'll see how that goes. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm figuring it out. That's how I get through life. I fuck up and then I learn from the mistake. Morning, DJ, and looking deflated. Thank you. I'm only 24 hours into deflate. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was starving. I've been up early. I finished the newsletter. All I had was 2 eggs. And I caved a little bit. I can't lie. I had an English muffin with egg whites and turkey bacon. But this is the sacrifice. I want this, but I'm not going to eat this. Okay? So I had probably 2/3 of it. Okay? But when you have a wedding in 2 days, you just consume enough. Okay? Speaking of that, it just made me think of a song. Hold on, Jake, before I bring you up. What's the song I'm thinking of? Where is it? Is it My Sacrifice? Oh, yes. This is the song to tell you. Do we have a hype train going on right now? Are we sub banging? There we go. Goots with a fucking sub bang. There we go. Tokens picks. Johnny T-Mac Hater. That's very funny. So that's Johnny Quintana. Love it. This is My Sacrifice. This is when you're deflating because you have a wedding coming up and you're trying to lose a couple pounds. I got 2 more days. Anyways, we'll get into it. Deflate gen discipline. I like that. That's good. This camera is fucking insane quality. I feel like I'm in the room with you. I can't believe I had it on the wrong setting this entire time. I looked so blurry. I was like, let me try something. Rare W song. Yep. Let's go, Gabe. Steak Fred with fucking 5 sub bangs. That's how you get the party going. Steak bangs. Yep. All right. Let's get this party going. One more song because I got the cold brew. I've had 1 cup of coffee. The cold brew is going. The temples are buzzing. I'm gonna bring steak up. We're gonna talk college football before we get into before Greg joins us at 12:30. Greg's a core bitch. I like that. There are 2 types of people in this world: people who like cream, people who say they don't. Snolly Goose with a follow an hour ago. That's a fun name. Michael Kelly with a follow. What's up, all you new people? How you doing? Welcome. Friday vibes. We'll play some more of them. We got shit to discuss, though. I didn't even know the World Series started today. Yep. All right, let's get to it. I got the Twitch mainframe up. It's not slowing my computer down. No Friday song yet? No, we'll do it later when you don't expect it. Goddamn, DJing looks good. There we go. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, I am going to bring. Oh, nope, not yet. That's NBA. We're not going to talk NBA. Steak, good morning. How are you?
What's up?
Are you hungover? You feeling good?
I feel great. No drinks last night.
Oh, okay. By the way, I keep forgetting. Somebody said, "Get this man a chain." I need to actually figure out how to get a chain. So
you let me know when you're ready.
I couldn't be more ready. Hey, do me a favor. Wipe not with your finger, but like your camera. It looks a little like foggy. Well, you did it with your finger.
Yeah, I did. Any better?
No, not really. That's okay. It's not a huge deal. Could just be the light. No, you look fine. It's just maybe I'm so crisp right now.
You are crisp.
I'm camera quality judging everybody. Fit is begging for a piece. Yep. Steak with Dame ticket. Congrats. Did you flex the Dame ticket?
I posted in the Discord. That's it.
Well done. Now, can I take credit for that? Did I talk you into it?
Absolutely. The stream was the only reason I took it.
Wait, okay, yeah, because people in the chat were like, ooh, assist. You know what I thought about posting was the meme where the guy's walking with the girl and he's like, ooh, and it was Dame assists and then Dame points. And I didn't do it, but that would have been great to capitalize on. Honestly, this is why you can't be soft, because when you're right, it feels so good. And then it's like, oh, I went soft. That's why at the end of the day, bet responsibly, but don't be fucking soft. Yeah, how was what did you take in the Bills game, by the way? The team total.
Yeah.
Well, I'll maybe take a little bit of blame for that. I probably put that one in your ear. Sorry about it.
No, I liked it. I liked it all day.
Okay. No, fuck you, coward. You should have played it. State gets his flowers. You get nothing. Fair enough, fat girls. I can't disagree with you for that. All right. Well, we got a nice room right now. I think we can get started. 91 viewers. It's early. I do apologize. We had a couple new people in here asking, like, what time do you start? Are you ever consistent? We start at 11, but I start early if I can, because you never know if I'm at the log off, you corp shit, whatever. So here we are. Let's talk a little college football. I think you and we align on not as many spots as usual, because I feel like we're kind of going our separate ways. Not that we necessarily are going against each other, but you texted me a few spots that I didn't necessarily love enough. Now, at the end of the day, I always do say this. I think that if anybody's going to pick one of us to tail, it's probably Steak. And I'm not doing this to hype you up so that you then eventually fail the following week, because we know how that jinxing goes. So apologies in advance, but that's just kind of how it is. So at the end of the day, I am already prepared to kick myself in the nuts if, let's say, for example, UCF covers and I didn't take them because I like West Virginia. Is that going to be an official play for you?
Yeah.
And you really like it?
Yeah, I like UCF.
And it's just because of the line being 7, you feel like that's a lot of respect?
Yeah, and it's not – I think the line is correct, to be clear. UCF got their quarterback back, and I know they looked good against Oklahoma, but it's not like they beat Oklahoma. Maybe if they were coming off a win against Oklahoma, I could see the argument, but they just kept it close with Oklahoma. And I don't even know exactly how high everyone even is on Oklahoma, but West Virginia has been competitive pretty much all year. I know they look like dog shit against Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
But I kind of think at the beginning of the season, West Virginia was supposed to be one of the worst teams in Division I, or at least major Division I. Mm-hmm. And I think this is where it starts to happen, the downslope. You know, you got the heartbreaker against Houston, and then you got the shit kicked out of you by Oklahoma State. And I just don't see really any reason to think that they're going to be competitive against UCF. I think UCF's headed in the other direction.
You know, you make a lot of sense. I didn't think about that. The fact that West Virginia had been in the majority of their games. And you know what else I really like that I'm just now realizing because I haven't looked at their schedule. I love fading a team, the third road game in 4 weeks. That's tough.
Yeah, it is.
That's really tough, especially you just got your dick kicked in by an opponent like Oklahoma State. Wow. Luke likes that look. Just poured a Guinness with breakfast, not bloated whatsoever. W. Luke. And L. Johnny Quintana. I would say I'm coming around. I'm coming around to it. I actually have an idea. I want to do a money line parlay because there's another team that I do not think is losing this week, and that is Auburn. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play Penn State. Are you going to play Penn State?
The only lean I have, I think, is Indiana team total under. I think it is very Penn State to beat up on these types of teams and then never show up when it matters. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if they won this game and covered easily, honestly.
Okay. I don't know, Chad, if any of you guys have the line on that. I haven't taken a look at the team total under. I would imagine, let's see, with a 45-point total, it's probably going to be about 13.5. Right? You would have to think 45.5 total, 31-point spread.
I could see him not scoring 10.
Yeah. PSU team total over. Oh. Luke says team total over. Got you.
Don't hate that either.
I'm not touching UMass. We've gotten our UMass units. W for putting that in the newsletter. Okay. Talk to me about BC. So last week I tweeted when I had my gummy worms, and you were very upset with me that I did. Again, me being soft. Got to stop. This is the softest I've ever been in my life. Maybe it's my old age. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the chat bitching at me nonstop. But I was like, man, this total looks kind of high. Shout out to Campus Money. He actually pointed out that Boston College was an over team. They've gone over in like every game. So it wasn't that high. But if you looked at the games before, what each team had done, they really didn't score many points. So I thought 57.5 was high. They soared. And not only that, they went outright on the road against Georgia Tech. Now they're back home against UConn. And I think this is an interesting spot because UConn just burned a lot of people. Did you play UConn against USF? You did. No. Good. And just curious, what was your reasoning for staying off of that? Because that screamed UConn.
All the units I've lost betting USF games this year,
Smart. We're getting smarter. So UConn just burned people. That's what gives me some apprehension on I don't want to fade them. 14's a lot of respect for Boston College, but I was going to look at this under. If it's 52.5 dropping to 50.5, what do you think about that? That
would be easily my favorite play of the game. It'd be the only thing I'd even consider taking.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm glad we agree there. I haven't made an official play, but I might dabble. A year ago, he had primetime plays. Shut the fuck up. Primetime games suck this year. What does it say? Want to hear a nugget? SVP, always, bro. You don't have to ask me to hear a nugget. Just drop them. Teams with 3 road games in a row, you fade them.
Oh, yes, 100%. Yeah.
For sure. Who I don't know if that's anybody we've spoke about, though. Whoa, don't blame us.
Wait, it's West Virginia, right?
No, third road game in 4 weeks.
Oh, third road game in 4 weeks. Oh, UConn. He's saying it's UConn.
I thought UConn was just at home to USF. I don't think that's accurate, SVP. Yeah, they were just at home. So, no. All right. I like the under. Houston and Kansas State. First play in the newsletter. 3 in a row starting now. Understood. Got it. Thank you, SVP. Sorry about that. Yeah, Kansas State. You like this play?
Yeah, I love Kansas State. Another team I think's heading in different directions, and I think it's fair now that we're at this point in the season to not just try to be, sharp and contrarian and pick your spots. I think Houston's on a downslope. I think Kansas is trending up, and I think the line tells you that. That's a monster line.
Yeah, I agree. It's a big line, especially for a Houston team that just covered 22.5 against Texas. And granted, they were at home, but they played them down to the final possession. I mean, Texas had they had the injury, but they had to score a touchdown to win the game. I think that also Houston's offensive performance against Texas defense was interesting. They put up 400 yards of offense, had more first downs, and Kansas State is not known for their defense. However, they did just hold TCU to 3 points. It's not the same TCU team necessarily, but that's very impressive. I wrote in the newsletter, but for those that didn't read it, Kansas State's a team I invested in this season, over 8 wins or 8.5. I hope it's 8. They're 5-2 right now, but they had a really bad stretch 3-week stretch where they lost 2 games. They lost to Missouri on that 62-yard field goal walk-off. Then they beat somebody their next game. And then they lost as 11.5-point favorites on the road in Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Fuck, I have a corp call. We have I'm just not going to answer it right now. We have a team now that's what I wanted to see from them after that Oklahoma State loss, because that's a bad loss. You go on the road as a double-digit favorite on a Friday night and a team like Oklahoma State.
It's bad.
So they come out on the road again to Texas Tech and they beat their ass 38-21. That was fucking huge. They had like 5 rushing touchdowns. Then the following week, you beat TCU 41-3. I agree, just like Jake said, opposite direction. Houston's going to tail off. Kansas State's, I'm just going to keep riding that momentum. The spread tells all, in my opinion. 17.5 is good with me. That's going to be the first play.
And let's just be honest, like just using your football brain, Houston has that Hail Mary game against West Virginia. And then the following week they play Texas, which is their Super Bowl, and they play them down to the wire essentially. And you're telling me they're going to now get excited about playing Kansas State as 17.5-point dogs? I just think they're going to be flat as can be.
That's a good point. 0-2 on the road, 0-2 ATS on the road. The one thing I did notice, Kansas State 4-0 ATS at home. So that could be a reason for the inflated spread. Regardless, it's not going to shake me off of it by any means.
Me either.
Okay, let's keep moving. You know, I got to tell you, I'm not playing this, but man, oh man, do I think that FSU is about to open up a can of whoop ass. 20.5 on the road. Total's dropping. But here's what my thinking is. FSU has been a team that had a lot of offseason hype. A lot of people bought into them. And right now they're doing very well. Happy shareholders, right? But for the most part, FSU, granted they're 5-2 ATS, but they haven't really had those convincing, comfortable wins. Clemson, before that, Boston College, beat them by 2. Virginia Tech kind of let them hang in that game before blowing the doors open. And then again with Duke, they were losing at halftime.
Yeah.
And then
they ended the Duke game kind of combats what you said a little bit. I understand the quarterback got hurt, but the way they ended the Duke game was impressive for sure.
But this is where I'm getting at. What I'm getting at, though, Florida State's been that team that has shown who they are late and put it together late. I think we're due for that game where they just go start to finish dick kicking. And I think that they're just getting better and better. I think they're going to be a real problem. They get into the playoff. I mean, do you agree? Do you think they have a legitimate chance to win the championship?
I can't think of any reason why not. It's not like there's one team that I think is so good. Michigan's pretty great, but no offense to any Michigan people in here. But after the TCU game last year, I'm convinced they can lose to anyone in the playoff, unfortunately. Yeah. I think they're the best team right now. And then you could make an argument for Florida State second or third.
I agree. And I kind of think with what we've got 5 games left. I don't know. Something tells me Wake, I think they have a quarterback injury. I think they're in for a fucking long night. So I don't know that I'm playing it, but that's kind of where my head's at. All right. I did not want to put A&M in the newsletter. You texted it to me. I clearly agree with you. I know I look at this number and I think that's a fuck ton of points for Texas A&M. South Carolina, to me, is a dead team. I am okay fading dead teams. That was one of the reasons I bet Mississippi State last week against Arkansas. Had nothing to do with Mississippi State, everything to do with Arkansas. It's a tough spot for South Carolina. I mean, they've had a grueling schedule. But, man, Texas A&M and Jimbo Fisher, trusting him with all those points, I just don't know if I can do it. This is what South Carolina's about to be their 3rd road game in 4 weeks. All SEC opponents, too. I mean, I really like Texas A&M here, but if I'm playing this game, I kind of want to play the Gamecocks team total under.
I'm so glad you said it, dude. I swear to God, I was just about to say that.
You agree?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Look at it. The total's going down, but the line's moving towards Texas A&M. Isn't that enough of an indicator that the Gamecocks are in for a real rough day offensively?
And A&M's defense is really solid. And also, I think we've seen that Spencer Rattler, that party is fucking over. SC feels like Arkansas last week against Missouri. No, well, Arkansas played. Did Arkansas play Missouri? No, Arkansas played Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, wait. So you're saying SC feels like Mississippi State? Well, No,
because Arkansas was coming off a game where they hung close with Alabama. South Carolina's not really coming on.
I think maybe what Blaine is trying to say, and I would agree if this is the case, South Carolina is like Arkansas in the sense that I think they're a dead team. Yeah, I don't know. Couldn't have been me, but I'm not trying to rub anybody's face in a bad bet. I made plenty of them. So, yeah, I like South Carolina's team total under. I think that's how I'm going to attack this game. Northwestern and Maryland, I have no interest. Do you have any interest?
No.
You know, I got to tell you, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, sports talk radio, as I always do. Everybody wants Kansas with the points. Do you feel like that's
like Oklahoma that much?
You just said it. You just said about Oklahoma. You were like, I don't know if people where they really stand with Oklahoma. I think you're right, man. I don't know if people really respect the Sooners. The only thing is it's not Jaden Daniels. I think it's going to be Bean, who's been fine. He's played before. He's fine. So it's not like I think it's close to being confirmed. But if anybody wants to double check on that, I'm not the best with injury news. So let me know. But I got to tell you, I think that's a fuck ton of points for Oklahoma on the road against Kansas. I mean, Kansas is solid. They're 4-0 at home. They're 3-1 ATS at home, 5-2 overall. I think opening up as a double-digit Wichita. Thank you. Daniels might not play again this year. Wow, that's tough. But Bean is solid. We've seen that. Bean is solid. But dare I say, I like the Sooners.
I kind of do too, but with the quarterback news, I think it might be a no play for me.
Okay, fine. 66 down to 65.5. If anything, I mean, I'm okay with scoring, but I respect the Sooners defense this year. And so I don't really want to go with an over and have to rely on their opponent if I like the Sooners. Does that make sense? I think it does.
Yeah.
The defense, not. Okay. Took Kansas 10.5. Well, you got CLV, so that's good. SMU is a team that I talked about where they fucked us, I think, a couple times. Well, maybe just against Charlotte. And then they went on the road and they ended up covering against Tulane when they were down 21-10. And then they came back. Maybe it wasn't Tulane. It was somebody. And then they won 31-21. I kind of think this is a team that is going to right their wrongs. Oh, it was East Carolina. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they're going to right their wrongs. After they lost to TCU, I thought it was a great spot to buy low on SMU, and I think we were a week early. Unfortunately, because what do they do after we buy in on SMU? They come through and they cover the next two spreads. And not only that, they beat the absolute fucking brakes off of Temple. So now they're 19.5 to 20.5 against Tulsa. I got to tell you, that's one of those things. I just think I don't even know about trending in opposite directions because I don't know much about Tulsa, but I'm having a little bit of a read on SMU. I would not want to get in the way of them. Does that make sense? Fair. This is interesting. Bean played against Oklahoma last year.
I have a question on that. Does anybody know the score of that game last year, Oklahoma, Kansas?
Great morning. Apologies for being late. No worries, Vision. No need to apologize. Good morning and good morning to everybody. And thank you again. We got a hype train. We had a hype train level 3. Love it.
52-42. Kansas, Oklahoma. And same quarterback's playing again.
You thinking under?
I was already thinking under. I was already thinking under a little bit, and now that's kind of making me think it a little more. I think people are going to think Kansas is going to be competitive in this game, honestly. And Oklahoma was -10 again last year. That's crazy. That's an interesting game. I don't know what I'm going to take yet.
Okay.
Lean under, I think.
Hold on one second. Thanks, Brandon. We'll circle shortly. All right. Sorry. I just had to check on this email real quick. Okay. You lean under in that game. Holy wicked Blazer Degen. Thank you. Yeah. Some people call it a sport coat. I've never really called anything a sport coat. Blazer's good with me. Steak with the chain gain, moving the chains. I know Steak's got fucking fire chains. I am very envious of him. Steak, when we, where did you leave them when we were in
Cincinnati?
Cincinnati. Yeah. I was going to say Vegas, but I was like, wait, I don't think we were in Vegas. Cincinnati. Steak left his chains with me and I wore them, not like around town, but just in my apartment. I felt really cool. All right. Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan. I mean, look, it's not betting is not as easy as just betting what doesn't make sense and cashing. Okay. I'm not trying to make it sound like that. But when you and I started to become contrarian together years ago and reading these lines, there was a time, and everybody does this, you would get duped quite often because you're thinking to yourself, oh, you just look at nobody, your average person doesn't know dick about Eastern Michigan and Western Michigan. But sports bettors want action, so they'll bet the game anyway. So what they do is they look at this and they say, oh, Eastern Michigan's 4-4, 4-0 at home against 2-6 Western Michigan, who's 0-5 on the road, getting points. Oh, that sounds nice. I'll have that. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't. And keep in mind, these plays aren't hitting on weekdays. Like yesterday, Georgia State didn't hit. Sam Houston hasn't hit in a weird line ever. I think there was another game this week that I took. Oh, Louisiana Tech.
Yep.
I'm actually getting murdered in sharp spots on weekday
Me too.
College football.
0-8 run.
With that being said, I still really like Western Michigan.
I agree. And, I will say somebody did make a valid point. Maybe it was, when was it? Was it? No, it was yesterday on the board review. Somebody mentioned, Blaine, maybe it was you, SVP. If you do look at the opponents, Eastern Michigan has played a bunch of nobodies. So, their 4-4 record
is not that impressive. Yeah,
exactly. Western Michigan, at least, okay, they lost by a field goal against Ohio on the road. Miami of Ohio is not bad. Mississippi State, tough place to play for a team like Western Michigan, an SEC environment.
Yeah, they're playing people.
Toledo, we know, is good. Iowa's Iowa. But again, an SEC, a Big Ten opponent on the road, ACC opponent on the road. They've at least gotten some reps against some really good teams. So, yeah, I am too, by the way. I am done with weekday football. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're on Western Michigan. Clemson and North Carolina State. Somebody mentioned it, and I think I agree with them. I like the under, if anything, but I can't play a side. Are you playing anything in this?
That's insane that Clemson would be 10-point favorites against NC State. I'm not touching it.
But you think Clemson?
No, I really don't. I think Clemson is just out to steal coin all year long.
Okay.
They're fucking horrible, bro.
They're horrible. They're absolutely fucking dreadful. All right. I'm glad we can agree with that. So let's see. North Texas, Memphis. I have nothing. I didn't think Memphis was very good, but I might be wrong. So I just want to stay away from this team. I don't think I have a good read on them.
Not buying the splits on that one. That's the only takeaway I have from that game. I'm not buying that more people are betting North Texas, I don't think, but I don't have a play in that game.
You think more people would be betting Memphis?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's a lot of points, 8.5.
I don't know. Memphis is a lot better, I feel like.
Okay, fine, fair enough. Yeah, I guess even though I don't think they're good, North Texas is bad. 3-4. Oh, North Texas did just hang with fucking Tulane because I bet Tulane last week, and they were down 28-7 and came back, lost by a touchdown.
Damn, they hung with Tulane.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So, then that would make sense for you why people would be taking them as a home dog.
Yeah.
Or are you being sarcastic?
I'm being sarcastic. No one gives a fuck that they hung with Tulane.
All right, fine. Fuck off. Texas and BYU. I think that this spread moving towards Texas with Archie Manning starting, I think is quite telling. I am perceiving this or interpreting this as BYU's offense is going to get put in a locker. That's what I think. Even though, as I mentioned, Texas defense, who I respect, I think they're legit, allowed 400 yards of offense to Houston, who's not very good. I don't think Keenan Slavis is that good. And I pointed this out in the newsletter. I mean, the last two games, he's thrown for 123 and 157 passing yards. If you look at his it's like he's like 15 of 27. I mean, he's not really making a ton of mistakes necessarily, but he's not doing anything great. I think Texas can manhandle BYU. I think BYU team total under is the play. I don't know that I trust Texas to cover such a large number. 51 down to 50.5. I like that the total's moving down, and I think BYU is a tough time scoring. It's Murphy. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, Arch is playing, I think, but I don't think he's starting.
What's his name?
Other one, Murphy.
Murphy. Yeah.
I'm talking about Arch Manning is going to play.
Oh,
so I just don't know how much. I think the coach said he's definitely going to be playing.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, Ohio, Miami. I got nothing. Do you have anything?
No.
Are you on board? Because I didn't get your approval before I put it in the newsletter, but I figured you would co-sign it. But we have to play Michigan State.
Yeah, but then when they lose, it's the last time. That's what we have to agree. It's the last time you can play Michigan State this year. This is the test. If they don't hit, we're done with Michigan State.
Okay, you're right. But it's not about if this is the last time. It's that should the last time have been the last time.
I didn't bet them against Michigan. I actually bet Michigan.
I didn't bet Michigan either, but the time before that, we bet them against Maryland.
Should every time you bet Michigan State be the last time you bet Michigan
That's
State?
basically what I'm getting at is this. There are funny times because you're braver than I am. You make bolder plays than I do. And it typically works out. Now I am basically telling you to suit the fuck up, hold your nose, and let's go. And I feel like you're doing it begrudgingly.
No, I'm not. I'm totally fine doing it, but just with the agreement that will be the last time.
Yes, but I want to be 100% sure that you don't think the last time should have been the last time.
No, I don't. I think this is an acceptable spot for a gross contrarian to bet Michigan State after they got embarrassed by their rival. And it's not like anyone thought they were going to beat Michigan, but that shit was embarrassing. They were even talking about not playing the game because of the sign stealing. I mean, it was the pussiest I've ever seen a team enter a football game with their rivals. So I just feel like their stock is as low as it could possibly be.
You know, that's the thing is their stock is low, but also at the same, I mean, they're a bad team. I'm not trying to pretend they're not. I don't know about Michigan State. I'm sorry. I don't know about Minnesota being a touchdown favorite against anybody personally. I don't think this team is good at all.
No, they're not.
And Iowa, let's be real. I mean, they won that game, but they should have lost. And Iowa is not good either. I mean, what did Iowa have? 130 yards of offense or something? Minnesota couldn't score on them. So we'll probably see some points. 40.5, I think, is kind of indicative that if this was 38 or 39, that'd be low scoring. But 40.5 is kind of telling to me. So, I think the over, and I think Michigan State scores or covers. So that's going to be in there for us. All right, we kind of disagree on this one. I think this is maybe the first game of the slate, but I don't like it enough to play it. But I would lean Oregon here. But you're telling me it's Utah. Are you going to play Utah?
Possibly. I don't think anyone respects Utah. And I bet USC like an asshole last week. I don't even know what made me think that was a good idea. And everybody else bet USC too. I noticed after I bet it, like everybody I talked to was like, yeah, I'm on USC too. Nobody respects Utah. And I think it's because of the mess at quarterback, obviously. I mean, I don't like what is going on with Cam Rising. I've never seen a guy who was questionable to play week one isn't going to play all year long now. It's very strange, and I feel like the quarterback situation's kind of loomed over their season, and they're having a pretty decent year. Who'd they lose to? Oregon State?
Yes.
And that's their only loss, right?
Yes.
They're tough, man, and I kind of like them in this spot, especially with as trendy as I think Bo Nix is. Bo Nix had the loss to Washington, where I think a lot of people think they should have won that game, and I think a lot of people think that Oregon's better than Washington, and that they're the best team in the Pac-12. So I'm pretty comfortable here with Utah and a touchdown.
Yeah, you make a good point about the Washington thing. So the one of the things that kind of concerns me is when I hear smart people talk about this game and everybody aligns, and I listen to the Cover 3 podcast. It's got Danny Cannell, Bud Foster, Tom Fernelli. I like those guys. It's a CBS sports thing. And when they're aligned, like they I think for the most part, they make really good points and reasons and logic behind their bets. When they're all aligned in a big game like this, it concerns me. And I was shocked that just about all of them liked Oregon. But one of them actually
shocked.
I guess I'm shocked because of what Utah just did and how good they are at home. And you're right. See, you make a good point. You're right that your average person doesn't respect Utah for the quarterback reason, because offensively, they haven't done a lot to earn people's respect. I respect Kyle Whittingham, their coach. And part of the reason I started respecting him is when Notre Dame had a head coaching vacancy a long time ago. I really wanted Pat Fitzgerald from Northwestern or Kyle Whittingham from Utah. I mean, I love Kyle Whittingham. So he's incredible. He's been a guy that I don't want to fade. And you know what? I kick myself when I fade coaches that I respect, like we did last week against USC. So that's why I'm not going to do it again. I don't want to fade. It would be stupid to fade Kyle Whittingham at home as an underdog where they're fucking 4-0, 3-1 ATS. I don't know what they've won a ton of games in a row, or like 29 out of the last 30 or something. They just find ways to win even without a fucking competent quarterback. So
also, I think it's important. One thing to point out is the narrative after these games. So to me, the narrative after USC lost to Notre Dame was, Caleb Williams had a bad game, but he'll be back. That was a very bad game. Everybody has a bad game. And then after the Utah game, it wasn't that, Utah's good. Like, I told you Utah was good. It was like two people I know that have said Utah is good. Everybody's narrative at the end of the Utah USC game was that USC sucks. So I just don't think Utah is getting any respect. Even after that win, I don't think they're getting much.
I got to tell you, everything you're saying, it's resonating with me. I think you have the right read on this game. Obviously, anything can happen. I'm not saying Utah is a lock and telling people to go bet it, but as someone who leaned Oregon, I didn't like him enough because I respect Kyle Whittingham and listen to everything you say. I agree. So I'm gonna not get involved with that game at all. 49-47.5. I do think Oregon's defense is solid. I mean, they don't match up quite as well with maybe an offense like Washington that's complex and can kill you with the passing game. Utah can't do that. But Oregon might not be as tough as Utah. Utah's fucking tough.
Yeah.
All right, this is probably one of my favorite games, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but Steak is spot on. Excuse me. My bias is fighting so hard, though. It's tough. It's tough. I really like Oregon. I want to bet them, but there are so many good reasons not to. Does Steak think Utah could win outright?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. If you, I would agree. If you do like Utah, I would fucking take them to win.
I think they could win outright.
Maybe a little bit of both, sprinkle on the money line. That would be my advice. DJ already wearing his wedding attire. No, I have a suit for that. This is it's just a blazer or a sport coat, as some call it. Anyways, let's talk Auburn. Is Jake Hazen in here? Probably not. So I watched a lot of football last Saturday. I had some family in town, and I'm naturally playing host and tour guide in the city. I took them to some of the best sites that New York City has to offer. Statue of Liberty, Empire. No, I didn't take him to any of that. I took him to a fucking sports bar in Brooklyn. Greg showed up 3.5 hours late. My mom I literally asked for the check. And my mom's like, wait, Greg's not here. I was like, fuck Greg. We got to this bar at 11:30. It's fucking 3:00. This asshole said he was going to be here 2 hours ago. So we went to the bar. We watched the game, and I was watching Arkansas and Mississippi State, a game that ended 7-3. And let me tell you, Mississippi State is a bad football team. They are not good. Now, the capping was correct. Arkansas, too, is bad. And they hung around with some big boys, but they checked out. And they're out of gas. And Mississippi State benefited from that. They had 10 first downs. I mean, their offense is atrocious, but Arkansas couldn't do anything. Auburn, in my opinion, is not necessarily a good team. They're 3-4 on the year, 2-5 ATS. But they are a better team than Mississippi State. And I think the spread tells you that. 4-3 versus 3-4. Both are 2-5 ATS, 6-6.5. Typically, this line, if the home favorite, I thought was like significantly better, I would say that 6.5 right under a touchdown would feel a little trappy and a little baitish. Not in this case. No. That is a lot of respect for Auburn, in my opinion. They did play well with Georgia. I'm sure people remember that. They only lost by a touchdown, but I don't think people care. I don't think.
Do they remember that? Because didn't they just get smacked around by LSU?
They did. They got smacked around. Granted, that was on the road. They're a little bit of a different team at home, I think you could say. Ole Miss, they lost by a touchdown, but that was 28-14 until the last minute. DJ and Brain cooking. Thanks, brother.
I'm not sure anyone's thinking about
Parlay Monstrosity is just complimenting us left and right. Why don't some of you guys in the chat take notes and maybe every now and then say something nice for once in your life, all right? Anyways, Ole Miss, a little bit close. Yeah, so they've lost 4 in a row. They have not covered 3 of their last 5.
And no reason for this team to be a 6.5-point favorite. I don't buy the splits either.
So, yeah, I don't either. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to play Auburn minus 6.5, 43 down to 41.5. Mississippi State's offense is terrible. Their quarterback's terrible. They can run, but I think Auburn's run defense is going to be just fine, personally. I think if you pass the ball, that's where you can beat Auburn. But I would say, sorry, any Yes Man Boo. I know I don't like Yes Man. Thank you very much. I was just kidding. I want to play Auburn money line and parlay it with another team who I don't see losing. I'm starting to think that's UCF. So I like Auburn and UCF as of right now, 2-team money line parlay, maybe like a 2-unit to win 1.82, whatever the fuck it comes out to. We should do a Brooklyn meetup for the Sports Equinox on Monday. Oh, QB Vision, are you Are you in Brooklyn? There was a guy who saw me riding his bike as I went to eat dinner with my wife and dog and said, DJ, is that you, QB Vision? Do you live in South Williamsburg? Every NBA lay I make is off by one. Getting tired of it. Fuck the NBA. All right, just kidding. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Go Magic. Greg will join us here in a few minutes. He is, he said 11:30. It's 11:27. All right, let's keep moving. UTSA is a team I think is just going to start covering. I said that last week. I didn't actually play it, but I just wanted to mention it. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Not really, no. I agree. I guess I agree with UTSA, but I wouldn't play this game. I see so much more that I like.
Okay. You going to play Miami here?
No, but no. I don't get the spread. I know Virginia just beat USC, but UNC, sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
And Miami had that big overtime win against Clemson, which is huge for them, even though they're not going to do much anyways. I can't figure out this spread really at all. I think it's interesting that the total dropped 2.5 points. That would be the only thing I think is interesting. Maybe Virginia's not going to score much at all. But another game I don't think I can play.
Okay. Talk to me about the Gators, Georgia. I mean, it seems like a lot of points. I want to, if anything, I'm surprised to see this total move up. I would think that, I don't know why. Maybe I'm totally in the wrong. I mean, I kind of respected Florida's defense at first, but maybe they're not good. I liked how they held Tennessee and won in that game, and I played Florida money line because of that as a touchdown dog. But then they allowed South Carolina to score a ton of points. They allowed who was the other team? Was it Missouri? No, Kentucky to run all over them.
Kentucky crushed them. Yeah,
crushed them.
South Carolina probably should have won that game if we're being honest.
Yeah, but Kentucky was all through on the ground. I mean, that guy just 200 yards the first half was insane. So I don't know. I mean, can Georgia gash him up? There's a lot of bad news actually with Brock Bowers not being in this game. I wanted to play the under. It's kind of spooking me off. I think I don't have a read in this game.
I don't either. I guess my biased Gator fandom, they've only had one real prove it game this year because they beat Tennessee and everyone was like, oh, are the Gators decent? They beat Tennessee. And then they had a prove it game against Kentucky and they got smacked around. And Graham Mertz is like having a decent year. I know it's funny to say he's like having a decent year. And I feel like this is another prove it game where everyone's like, man, they're decent. Maybe they can hang around with Georgia. I'm not so convinced. I kind of think Georgia smacks them.
Okay.
But I hope they don't.
Okay. Right. Fair enough. I think that I think Purdue is fake sharp if it's 3 to 2.5. I think I may have mentioned that to you. I don't really think anybody likes Nebraska, and I know it says 65% is taking Nebraska. I'm not totally buying it. I think there's also maybe an injury for Nebraska. 49 down to 39.5. I think that's what's reactive to that injury. I forget if it's the quarterback, but I would just set it and forget it with Nebraska. But I'm going to pass on this. You?
I would lean Purdue, but not play it at all.
Okay. I'm on Duke, and this is a game we didn't really talk about. It was kind of a late ad for me. And in a way, it's more so not betting on Duke as it is fading Louisville. I think Riley Leonard might be hurt for this game. And if that's the case, in a way, I guess I'm buying bad news. Not necessarily something I'm like doing intentionally, but Louisville, I like Louisville to start the year. I bet on them quite a bit, actually, and then faded them in the right spot, the letdown spot against Pitt, and Pitt won outright. Now they're coming off their bye. I like the fade teams coming off the bye. I think they start slow. And typically I don't like betting on teams like Duke that just played a top team in their conference against Florida State. But I don't think Louisville really knows what they're getting into against this Duke defense. The Duke defense is solid. I watched them against Notre Dame, and they shut down Notre Dame. This is Louisville, by the way. This is not Duke. But Louisville torched Notre Dame's defense, who is also pretty good. But remember, we talked about this. That was a bad spot for Notre Dame. Notre Dame was fucking gassed after having played Ohio State, then at Duke, then in a look-at spot at USC. That was a really bad spot for them. I am not 100% sold that Louisville can prove it to me with their offense against a team like Duke. Maybe I'm getting duped. Duke QB is awful, man. Ville -4 is telling. Backup QB. Maybe I'm getting duped here. But I'm betting against Louisville. The other thing I like is that the total's dropping from 47 to 46.5. That to me is low for a team like Louisville. I think your average person is going to be all over that over. But I like Duke's defense here, so I'm going to take the points. Do you think it's bait?
Yes. And
Okay.
I'll just share because this is probably the game we were talking about when we said there was a couple we disagree on. I'm not saying I'm going to take Louisville, but I did watch the second half of Florida State Duke. Obviously, I'm a Florida guy. I'm a Gators fan. And a lot of people are like, man, Florida State might lose this game to Duke. And Riley Leonard gets hurt and the backup comes in and everything changes. He's like really, really bad, incompetently bad. And I watched the entire second half. It's just crazy to see the difference in the Duke team when Riley Leonard is in versus the backup. And I don't think you can use any like contrarian or sharpness to bet on this guy. I just think he's horrible. So if he's playing, I could not bet on Duke. I kind of think Louisville might smoke him. It seems like from what I'm reading from the chat, he is playing, and he was bad.
Okay, if that's the case, and I will be very honest and transparent. I was not 100% sure on the situation with the quarterback, and at the same time, I didn't have no knowledge of the quarterback, the backup quarterback, and how he looked. I did see his stats was like 1 for 6, but Riley Leonard didn't do much either. He was 7 for 16.
Yeah, I know, but it was very different football team when he was playing. And
okay,
and I don't even remember. I could be wrong, but I feel like Riley Leonard got hurt in the red zone or on something like that. And that guy came in. And I mean, bro, he looked, when you see a guy go out there and they look shook, he looks shook to be out there.
Is Riley Leonard confirmed out for this game? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. Weege, that's kind of where I'm thinking, or Deej, sorry. I think I would pivot because again, this bet for me is fading Louisville and backing Duke's defense. If that's the case with Duke's offense and their quarterback, that would be an under for me. How would you feel about that?
I like that so much more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wichita says not yet confirmed. Now, Steak, last question, then we'll move on. If Riley Leonard plays, would you approve a Duke bet?
Completely different game. Yeah, I maybe would.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I guess we'll kind of wait and see. But just to be clear, if anybody does tail the newsletter plays, which unfortunately this year have not been doing that well in college, I might announce that we're off of that bet entirely. We don't make our bets until later in the week before game time because we're not professionals. All right, let's move. Notre Dame and Pitt. I didn't really give this game much thought, but I will say, for the most part, my projections of Notre Dame's schedule when we did the offseason have been pretty accurate. Had them losing to Ohio State, had them beating USC, and had them losing to either Duke or Louisville, which they did. This spot I marked on their schedule as a fade spot. Pitt is a different team than I expected, though. They are bad. And they did switch the quarterback, and they should have won 2 in a row since. That loss that they had last week was unexplainable. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see what happened? The guy, yeah, it was crazy. 20.5 kind of feels like the right number. Pat Narduzzi was a coach that I did respect. I don't know what the fuck is going on with him this year. Maybe I'm wrong about it. Notre Dame coming out of a bye. But you know what? Teams that come out of a bye come out slow. This Notre Dame team really needed that bye. So I don't know. After that grueling schedule they had, I don't know that I want to fade them. Would you be playing this game?
I would play Notre Dame. I think the spread's huge.
Yeah, I think so too. So I would not. I would throw out what I said early in the year. Good morning, Cam is money. The Cyclones just put up 30 on Baylor. Oh, I don't. We'll talk about that in a minute. I think that's probably the right move. Also, 46.5 down to 44.5 probably tells you what you need to know. And again, that Notre Dame defense is fucking legit. So maybe a Pitt team total under I could get down with. Maybe Notre Dame wins like 35-7 or something like that. Okay, Baylor. People keep talking about Baylor Ohio State. Do you ever read in this game? I had no interest.
I think it'd be worth looking what Iowa State's been doing. I have a reason for asking.
Okay. Yeah, I like that, Deej. We're already on ND Glaze. I don't even know what that means. Iowa State has been doing well. 3 of their last 4. And I mean, you can give them a pass on Oklahoma because it's Oklahoma, but I do think beating Cincinnati on the road, beating Oklahoma State, we know Oklahoma State's actually kind of tough. At Ohio, at Iowa, I mean.
So yeah, I have something I think that comes to mind. Iowa State at one point, I think, was thought to be one of the worst offensive teams in the country after the 2 back-to-back games. I want to say it was Oklahoma State and Ohio or whatever the 2. I mean, I know you literally just showed me the schedule. I should have remembered, and they're kind of getting it going offensively. And Baylor can score some points too. And 5 weeks ago, if I would have said, what's the over-under for the Baylor-Iowa State game, you would have probably said 37.5 and not 47.5. And that's the fact that it's ticked a little bit up from 47 to 47.5. I kind of like the over.
But even though Baylor's offense, I mean, didn't they just go over Baylor and Cincy? They scored a ton of points.
No, didn't Iowa State just played Cincy, right?
No, Baylor played Cincy.
Oh. You sure?
That's the game you told me you liked that over last week, and you played it. You said, I got an over that I like.
Oh, then they played them the week before. Is that what it was? I thought Iowa State just played Cincinnati.
No, Baylor just played Cincinnati.
Oh, Baylor just played Cincinnati.
32-29. Hold on. Iowa State just played. Oh, they had a bye.
And they just played Cincinnati. Okay, I was like, damn.
And they went under against Cincinnati.
Yeah. I just, it might even not even be like trying to be contrarian, just a football brain play. I kind of think these two teams score points.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I don't hate that. I don't want to bet on Cal anymore, but I kind of think that it's a decent spot for him. Do you have any thought?
I can't play Cal anymore.
Okay. I agree.
Michigan State.
Just stop me. I'm going to scroll a little bit if you see anything, but we've spent a lot of time on the earlier slate. We'll get to the late one. I'm not touching Kentucky, Tennessee. Are you?
Lean Kentucky, but that's it.
Somebody said Boise, Wyoming. Interesting. 3-4 Boise against 5-2 Wyoming, 5 to 5.5. Yeah. Wyoming is 0-2 on the road, but 2-0 ATS on the road.
That's a pretty big spread for sure. I don't think Boise's done really shit this year.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Stanford, Washington, no interest. Ole Miss, no interest. We are not ones to fade Colorado. Steak, you've been on the right side of Colorado more often than not. Would you get involved here? I mean, I would lean UCLA.
God, that's huge. I completely missed that. I hadn't even seen that. That's a monster spread.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine Colorado just had their bye week.
UCLA probably going to stomp them, dude. I think the party might be over after that Stanford.
So I have one thought about this game. When Colorado went on the road to play Oregon, they got their dick kicked in right from the start. Like a team is hyped up to play Colorado and have Colorado come into town. Yeah. UCLA has proven to be pretty legit this year. They're 5-2, they're 3-0 at home. What if UCLA first half is a look?
It is probably a look. It might even be a look full game, to be honest.
Okay. I like UCLA first half, if anything, because I like fading teams coming out of their bye week. UCLA D line is too good, and UCLA will run all over them. Love that. All right. Cam is a good Pac-12 whisperer too. All right, I kind of think you're not in love with Wisconsin here, and that's okay if you're not. Do you want to talk to me about that?
Not in love with Wisconsin. I just don't like him, man. I feel like we've been on the wrong side of him a lot this year. I know Ohio. Another thing with narratives here for me, like this is a narrative. After that Penn State-Ohio State game, I like to look what people are talking about. And all everyone did was talk about James Franklin, Penn State, Drew Aller, how bad he is. I didn't hear anyone saying like, oh, yep, Ohio State's legit. That's going to be a playoff team. They could compete with Michigan. No one said that. They didn't look that good. Penn State just looked so bad. And Ohio State defense legit. I think we all agree on that. I'm not sure how good Kyle McCord is yet. Obviously, Marvin Harrison Jr. is amazing, but they haven't done anything impressive this year, and I just don't think I want to go fading him in the spot 14.5 with the hook. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah, I did tell you earlier in the year after we got burned on Illinois against Penn State, I was like, man, home dogs at 14.5 with that hook are not cashing, and it feels like bait. And Wisconsin is 3-1 ATS at home too. They're 3-1 straight up. Not a good ATS team. The only reason I know you've said I've been on Wisconsin a lot. I like Wisconsin, but to be fair, I loved Wisconsin the offseason. Credit to me a little bit for cooling off on them. Went from making a 3-unit play on their win total to a 1-unit play. But I will say this. I kind of feel like this is just putting my money where my mouth is and saying that I think Tanner Mordecai is not all that good and that the backup might be slightly better.
Is he playing?
He's playing. Yeah, Tanner Mordecai is out for a couple weeks, I believe. I don't know. Wisconsin only started scoring after Illinois best team lineman got thrown out of the game. I don't know. Wisconsin can score.
I don't know if they can score either. I really don't know if they can score.
Lockey is a good QB, and it's been said he's the smartest guy in the building. Lockey is better than Mordecai once they open up the offense in the air. Badgers need to double up Maserati, Marv, and then we'll be in trouble. Wisconsin going to lose, but they'll keep it within 14 during Freak Fest. So you can put up a goose egg. Fuck. Really? They might put up a goose egg?
Yeah, I like that look.
You like the under?
I like Wisconsin not to score very much at all.
Braylon Aller run wild. OSU couldn't stop Penn State running, but dumbass Franklin kept throwing. Yeah, I will say, Special K, even though he's biased towards Michigan, he kind of knows the teams fairly well. Oh, no, Cam. Are his lines Weird. You see, my thought was this. My other reason for wanting to bet Wisconsin, I actually think their defense is not that bad. Now, they haven't been that good on the road, but they went on the road against Washington State. But for the most part, their defense is okay. And I like their defensive coordinator, the guy they brought from Cincinnati too. Maserati Marvia, he was saying that a lot.
Felt forced.
Yeah. I heard part of my take giving him shit for it too. Man, that's so weird. Big Cat was saying he's not a Gus Johnson guy. I love Gus Johnson, but maybe I haven't really been following or listening to many games he's called this year. Maybe he's gotten bad. I don't know. Fuck. Do you think OSU would barely beat Illinois? Oh God. I guess that's true. Singleton was averaging 5.3 on the ground, and James Franklin said, "Yeah, let's throw." Yeah, all are throwing so much was wild to me.
James Franklin
he's an idiot.
Yeah,
he sucks. Love Gus.
He melts in big games.
Gus blows us every game, every year. Oh, fuck off, Sanchez. Gus Johnson had tonsils absolutely glued. He ain't giving you a share of that NFL contract, little bro. All right, you know what? Fuck it. Let me go alone. I kind of regret putting this in the newsletter. I don't love it. I'm kind of just doing it because I want to know if I'm right about this backup after I watched and scouted in the spring game.
I'll be rooting for you.
Road games at Wisconsin are a bitch. I know, but you're right. It is. That spread is telling. Kev, would you agree? That's a hefty spread. I feel like I do feel a little cushy taking all those points with Wisconsin, but I think that the backup quarterback narrative is something that a lot of people aren't going to want. Could be wrong. Yeah, this is what I think, and I want to put my money where my mouth is. That's it. All right, let's keep moving. I have nothing with Arizona State or JMU. Do you?
No.
Any of these games?
I mean, I'm not. You're telling me everyone's taking Oklahoma State minus 7.5? I guess. Yeah, no. Cincinnati's dog shit.
Yeah.
I can't touch that.
I'm worried that Cincinnati's a dead team, so I don't want to go near it. I would touch the under, if anything. But that's all I really got.
You think that UNC line seems a little low? I know they just lost to Virginia.
I don't know. Georgia Tech has a win against Miami on their resume.
The luckiest win ever, but yeah. Miami sucks.
You think that's short?
Like, it feels short. Yeah, it feels short.
Feels
short. Would you be shocked if it was minus 14.5 as you're scrolling through?
Do you think UNC regression?
Kind of. I kind of think a donkey would expect a bounce back here against Georgia Tech.
Yeah, we'll talk NBA next while we wait for Greg.
They have a win against Miami, and then they have a loss against Bowling Green. So I think you got to mention those together.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. You like Ja Tech. Fair enough. Any of these?
I think Arizona looks a little short.
Okay. What about the Oregon State game? Oh, you just said it. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Arizona looks short to me.
Okay, cool.
Oregon State's been really, really good.
For the most part. They have. All right, good shit. How do you feel about running through NBA? Because we got a lot of hoop heads in here before Greg comes on, and then we'll talk NFL.
Do it.
Let's
do it.
First and foremost, how did your opening night go?
Not good. I was 3-5. I took too many bets, but it's opening night. I'm definitely gonna take it down a little bit to maybe 3 plays a night. I think that's the most I want to do on nights like Fridays.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Fat girls. Any nugget?
Want the nugget.
We always want nuggets. Can you guys? You know what I wanted you guys to stop doing? Asking me if I want a nugget. Give me the nugget. I got sauces ready. I got honey mustard, barbecue, Polynesian. You fucking name it. As me saying, we're coming off a big win. Oh, somebody said, oh, here we go. Here's the nugget. Can you read that while I call, by the way, this is the Braylon Allen.
What, he's went over it the last,
75.5 rushing yards.
I think, I'm not going to keep saying it.
Okay, fine. Let's, I'm going to call Greg and see how he's doing. Celtics fan dropped 37 as a net first game. Celtics dropped 37 in Mavs fan.
Having a hard time. Am I not understanding that?
Oh, that's Kyrie. By the way.
Kyrie. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, fat girls. You know what I want? I want a nugget that's not missing the fucking player that you're referring to. Thank you. Kyrie in a revenge spot versus former team. First time seeing them. I don't hate it. Hashtag thank you, fat girls. All right, let's go to the board. So I have a question, and this is dating back from when you and I went to the Pistons Magic game. And I came away fairly impressed with that Pistons team. I like their guys. I don't like Killian Hayes. That guy fucking blows. I might look to fade him throughout the entire season. Why are you laughing?
Because I think everyone hates him.
Oh, okay. So I'm not like the first one to ring that alarm.
No.
But you agree when watching him in the flesh. That guy sucked.
Yes.
Also, there was a guy that sat next to me who almost got kicked out. He kept saying to Killian Hayes, "Learn Chinese, buddy. Learn Chinese, buddy." Like the meme. It was kind of funny. I kind of want to take Detroit here. Are the Hornets that good? I mean, I know they had a nice win on opening night. Detroit played the Heat very well. I kind of like the Pistons catching 4. Also, this total is moving up. I don't really know why. Jalen Duren over 10.5 rebounds is a donkey. Cam's money is fucking good with NBA. I'll give him that. Hold on. Let's see. Running long. Go ahead. Okay. Hornets are not good. We'll be riding that wagon. Never laid points with the Hornets. Hornets overs printed last year. Okay.
Hornets are not good. I think it's weird. They're 4-point favorites just after one opening night win. I wouldn't have expected them to be -4 against the Pistons. I kind of think people like the Pistons. But basketball brain play, I would go Pistons.
Okay. I think I might dabble. I took one NBA play side, I should say. I lost in Banchero points, which we'll talk about the Magic later. But I took the Clippers, and that was to you. Thank you. You said you felt that line was a little high, despite the Blazers being terrible, but I liked it. Okay, let's keep moving. Grizzlies and the Nuggets. I know how you feel about the Grizzlies this year. I'm not sure I want to necessarily bet them game by game just yet. I feel like it kind of takes balls if you wanted to play them. That feels like the brave play with no jaw. What do you think?
I mean, they looked really bad against the Pelicans. They looked really bad. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I actually expect them to come out the complete opposite. It's another gross spot. I do not think gross pays in the NBA. Like, I think you got to just use your basketball brain.
Wait. But it when we started buying bad news last season, it would.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about gross. There's no bad news here. There's no bad news.
No, I know. I guess, don't you think that kind of falls under the category of being gross, though? If you bet on a team with all their starters out, which we did sometimes.
Yeah. I love buying bad news. For the first game only, if a player's out, I love buying bad news.
Yeah.
I kind of already worked this year with the Suns. So technically, buying bad news is already 1-0 this year. I'm going to do it a lot. But this is already past buying bad news because Steven Adams isn't a superstar anyways, and they already played the game against the Pelicans. So it wouldn't be a play here. It's just gross because Denver manhandled the Lakers on opening night, the defending champions, and Memphis looked absolutely terrible against the Pelicans. Taking Memphis here is borderline disgusting.
Okay. Total drop 4.5 points. Anything?
Under would be my lean.
Okay. We talked about this. I'm not a Hawks guy. I think you mentioned that you do like them. I told you Simmons, that was like his favorite pick, the Atlanta over 41.5. I typically think of Simmons as a knowledgeable basketball guy, but a bit of a fade when it comes to sports betting. I am a Knicks guy. I'm high on the Knicks this season. They're 0-1, but they played the Celtics pretty tough. They were up late. I think I like the Knicks in this spot. This is a bit of a rivalry that I like in the NBA. I like it more when Trey is in the Garden, but 2 down to 1.5, a little movement towards the Knicks. I don't necessarily think that's weird at all. 230 down to 229.5. I would go Knicks or nothing, but I can't say I love it.
Yeah, I can't say I love it too. It's a basketball brain play, and I respect it. I guess I really don't know if Atlanta should be favored, right? I know they're at home, but should they be favored? Because Knicks played the Celtics tough, and the Hawks lost to the Hornets. I don't love the spot. Basketball brain, I guess, says Knicks. I hope they win because, I bought into the Knicks. So I'll be rooting for them, but I'm not playing this one. I do think I'm playing the next game, though.
Sports betting brain says Hawks. Basketball brain says Knicks.
Yep.
Okay. Celtics Heat, 7.5 to 8. That seems like a lot of points.
It's a lot of points, and I would play the Celtics here. I think it's telling. I don't think the Celtics would be 8-point favorites against the Heat if they're not going to beat the shit out of them. Man, you want to play a little revenge? Because I think that's fair.
Very fair. Yeah. Very fair.
I think the Celtics will be ready to go in this one.
Okay. Fair enough. Any Heat fans in here have a thought on that game? Let us know. Or player props. Feel free, guys. I'm not the biggest player prop guy. Steak, obviously, if you have a lean on anybody. As I say that, I mean, I nailed Damian Lillard night. You're welcome. But anyways, if you guys have nuggets or thoughts or leans, share them. We're not the biggest NBA guys, but we're men of the people. I hate that I was right about fading Godwin last night, DJen. What do you mean? Godwin over his yards. For me, at least, 52.5. Thunder, Thunder. Oh, Thunder. Here I don't know. Is that what you're saying? Don't fade the Celtics in regular season. It's simple.
Fine with that.
Okay. I like a Julius Randle bounce back tonight. DGen Wicked Corp with the suit on. Not the suit, just the sport coat. Okay, let's talk. Oh, Cavs Thunder. Big game here. Here we go. We got some comments. Cavs fan here. Thunder might be winning, but come fourth quarter, they will struggle to score. Yep. I will tell you this. Took Dave Gavis to score in 70 plus when I saw your 80 plus, but faded Goblin. Got you. Well, congratulations on your hit. So you talked me off fading the the Cavs in the season, and I feel very good about that decision. I don't like fading the Cavs. Like, they were losing to the Nets in game 1, and I was like, oh boy, are people going to get burned? It was a fishy line. No, they came back. They did the job. The Cavs are going to be a tough team. They were very good on their home court last season. The Thunder already burned contrarians trying to get cute with the Bulls. I think the Thunder might be the Baltimore Orioles this year. But if I'm being honest, I like the Cavs. I like the Cavs here, 3.5 to 4. Back-to-back road games for the Thunder. It's early in the season. Not that I think travel is that difficult or anything. But from a basketball standpoint, maybe somebody can tell me. I mean, the Thunder have dudes who can shoot. I think they are a serious threat on the perimeter. So I don't know. I mean, Dwayne Jarrett, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, are they types of defenders that match up well with the Thunder? Can they, who is guarding SGA? SGA is still, he already went over his 29.5 point total to start the year. He's that guy. If Garland is in, I'm going to go first half Cavs. Okay. Cavs are very good at home too. Strus is a demon. He had a very good opening night, 226.5 up to 227. I would go Cavs or nothing. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I would go Cavs too. I agree with what you said about the Thunder being the Orioles. I'm glad you said it. I was going to say the Bengals of the last few years. I don't want to get myself caught in another situation like that where I just keep trying to fade a trendy team because they're trendy. I'm not going to ever do that again.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't know that I'm playing the Cavs, but the Cavs look right to me for sure.
Okay, fair enough. Next game, Bulls and Raptors.
Equally as disgusting.
So were you on the Raptors in opening night? That was probably the best bet I saw people making that I agreed with wholeheartedly. I saw a lot of people on the Bulls. I saw people on the Grizzlies. I saw people on the Raptors. And out of all those three, I like the Raptors the most. I saw they came through. I did not get involved. I didn't want to spray the board too much. The Raptors are a team that I feel like could be better than people think this year. But at the same time, I don't know where people stand with the Bulls. So I don't think they like the Bulls. I am fading the Bulls this year. I'm hoping they lose. But this is a spot where I could see maybe people are like, oh, fuck that. I just got burned with the Bulls. Now I'm going to go with the Raptors. They treated me well. They're catching points. And now the Bulls could come through. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I agree that it looks gross. And with everything you said, I am going to make a decision right now and say I'm not going to bet the Bulls here. They just remind me of a team. And maybe it's because of the name, kind of like the Cowboys, where people are going to keep betting them no matter how bad they prove to be. And I'm just going to sit off the Bulls for a little bit because I really do believe they're going to be really bad. And I believe that going into the season. And yeah, for sure. Cam is actually the reason I was very on the fence about the Raptors because I wanted to fade the Wolves without McDaniels. I was like, I'm not sure. Then I saw his pick. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to take the Raptors. So thanks for that. But yeah, the Bulls, I said when we talked MDA that they were going to be really bad. And then I bet them because the line's weird. Opening night. I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to take a couple games off and see if they're as bad as I think they are.
I like that. I think it's one of those things that I think we have to get better at is sometimes we have such good reads on teams. And don't get me wrong, we have bad ones too, but we have good reads in a team going into the season. And then when the season starts, we look at the line and we're like, oh, we want this team. But then we're reminded, what the fuck? We literally just talked about this. So yeah, I'm good with it. And I was reminded in week 1 when I bet the Broncos, even though I fucking couldn't stand them. And then they lost to the Raiders. So yeah, I'm good with that. Let's wait and see on the Bulls, and let's hope they crash and burn. They already had a players-only meeting. I hope they lose again. I would love it if they started 0-2. Spurs, 1.5 to 3. I don't think the Rockets are very good. I'm not sure that I want to get involved here. Total's down 3 points. What do you think?
So I got to watch the Rockets live in the flesh. They looked horrible. I mean, horrible. I think one of the most concerning things is Fred VanVleet is like not a part of the offense. He had like one little spurt at the beginning of the second half where I want to say he hit 3 threes, which was impressive. I know he does that, but I mean, he's not a part of the offense. He's dribbling the ball up the court and then he's done. I'm just not sure what kind of team the Rockets are. I don't think it's much of a team. I know they got some talent and some young guys. Jalen Green is obviously awesome, but I don't know how good Jabari Smith is. I don't think the Rockets are very good. Dylan Brooks is a clown to me. He was even being a clown in the beginning of that Magic game, trying to do his pregame dumb shit. I feel like he's a distraction any way you slice it, and I wouldn't put too much of my money on the Rockets this year.
Okay, good to know. All right, Greg's in the lobby, so we'll bring him up in a second. Couple more NBA games, then we'll transition to NFL. By the way, I don't think there's any behind the lines today, so we're not in a rush to end at 12:30. But of course, you guys can dip off whenever you need to. I feel like I kind of like the Mavericks. I like the Mavericks opening night, -3.5, -4. They barely covered. They were not covering against the Spurs until the final minute, so I don't necessarily regret not getting involved. Do you like them here or no?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't.
That's all you got to say about that. 3 more games, and let's get Greg up here.
How are you not talking about Kyrie revenge game? You're going to talk about that?
You came at the perfect time.
Yeah, well, actually, somebody brought it up. By the way, Greg, he's only 58 minutes late. Good to see you.
No, I hit 30, but yeah.
Oh, 28. You said 11:30. I apologize. 28 minutes late. Yeah, somebody did mention that. Actually, Fat Girls, WNBA contributor.
Look at us. We had 2 Blazers on this podcast.
Yeah, I know. I had to be
W
Corp. I had to be W Corp today. Third leg Greg. I don't know about all that. All right, let's talk about it. I mean, I'm not going to bet the Mavericks here, but 6.5 down to 6. Do you have any interest? And
I like the Nets.
Oh, you like the Nets?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like a Kyrie revenge game?
No. I like the Nets to get revenge against Kyrie. I like the revenge
game.
You
guys are going to fight.
Wow. Yeah. I always knew how to Greg had a brain under there. Don't get your hopes up. All right, we're all kind of Clippers fans. I hate saying that, but Clippers over wins. I'm on it. Yeah, never mind. Greg's an idiot. Fat Girls wanted to bet on Kyrie.
I'm down to do that, Fat Girls. I'll roll my Dame Lillard money. I'll bet on Kyrie.
Every franchise he's gone into. He screwed every franchise he's gone into, and now he's just going to start screwing the Mavs up, which sucks because I love Luka. But whatever.
Luka's kind of annoying to me. Like, I think he's a baller.
Why is he annoying?
Because he bitches all the time. He's
so fun to watch, though, dude. He's so
fun. He's great. I'm just saying.
You bitch all the time. You bitch.
It's too early in his career. I'm older than him. He's 22 years old. You can't bitch when you're this young. He's been bitching like he's been in the league for 10 years not getting calls. Relax, little bro. All right. And I know now little bro is like calling a millennial a cunt, so I hope he takes that seriously. Are we taking the Clippers? I'm on their win total, so I'm already invested. I'm not gonna get involved with the spot at the Jazz. Is anybody playing this?
I wouldn't take the Clippers at all. This is the gross one I could actually get behind because kind of like the Jazz, if I'm being honest.
I fucking hate the Jazz. I bet them on the first game. Maybe I'm already ready to blacklist them. But
you both bet the Jazz week 1? What did you like about the Jazz?
It seemed like a short line against the Kings.
All right, can I say something? And why are you laughing?
Because
it seemed like a short line.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Because I know not to fucking do that in the NBA. And then week 1, I bet 8 games of short lines and fucking lost 4 units like an asshole.
So here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm ready. Can we pay attention? Wow, look at that. Greg gets in here. We get an extra like 30 viewers. What do we have? The Greg effect. Sam Oliver with a sub bang. First, I like when we see this first time subber. So Sam Oliver, welcome. I think he just followed too. Some new chatters, new viewers. Here's what I'm going to tell you about the Jazz. Do you guys remember the Jazz last year? Do you remember Lauri Markkanen as like most improved player? Everybody loved him. The Jazz came on the scene and they were everybody's like new favorite toy that they thought nobody had heard of. Okay. No mas. The Jazz are about to do a 180 in my opinion. They treated people well last year. I don't think they're that good. They are going to get that respect because of how they played last year. And I think they are going to burn people this year. I'm not necessarily trying to hold on. I'm not acting like I told you so. It's been 1 game. I could be wrong. That is my prediction on this season. Greg, your rebuttal.
No, you're not wrong. But everything you just said, I thought the Kings were. I thought the Kings treated everybody really well last year. They were everybody's new toy last year. That's why I took the Jazz in that spot. Could be both teams, but the Kings seem to be legit. Honestly, I might bet fucking 81 more Kings overs because I don't see how any one of their games goes under.
I guess the only difference, in my opinion, I get what you're saying, is the Jazz totally came out of nowhere because nobody expected them to be good. Whereas the Kings, people at least thought would be decent with guys like De'Aaron Fox, Harrison Barnes, and Sabonis. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. All right, let's almost finish up with NBA here. We got 2 more games. Yeah. Let's talk about our Magic. Magic at the Blazers. And Greg, this feels so unfamiliar after an entire season of you shitting on the Rays and being my mortal enemy.
4 years.
4 years of shitting on the Rays and being my mortal enemy. And Steak has even been a Rays supporter because he's not an idiot. Now you're going to join us. You're going to join us on the Magic.
The Magic are not if you have, I think there's 128 professional organized sports teams. I would be shocked if anyone put the Rays higher than 127. They are as embarrassing as a franchise gets. The Magic are top. The Magic are bad, but the Magic are at least fun to root for. So here's the thing. Imagine Jake. Imagine if the Magic hung a P. Ewing jersey for retirement, right? Patrick Ewing, because he played 1 season there, and they had his jersey up. And imagine if they hung a banner because they lost to the Bucks in 5 games in 2019. Do the Magic have that? No. The Magic have like a little bit of self-pride. They have a little bit of self-worth. They may not be the best, but they're not trying to give themselves a participation medal every year.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
You just said a team with one of the lowest payroll in their sports that got to the World Series 2 years ago
in COVID. COVID year
is embarrassing.
In COVID year in the Astros.
We're doing the COVID thing.
Mickey Mouse World Series.
We're doing the COVID thing. Yeah, you're right. Fans make all the difference. Look at Red October.
Fans make all the difference.
You're right.
The Rays have never won a playoff series with fans.
No.
Without fans.
You're right. Fans in the stadium were the reason the Phillies won and the D-backs lost. Oh, wait a minute. That didn't happen.
What are you talking about?
You're saying fans make a difference.
Yes.
The D-backs just beat the Phillies twice with the fans against them. What kind of difference did that make?
Okay. You're taking fans in general. I'm talking about human fans versus cardboard fans. How many cardboard fans?
You're not getting my point. Let's talk about the good.
I'm not.
Let's talk about the good.
If the stadium's empty, the Rays are amazing.
Let's talk about the good. You're joining us. You're joining us on the Magic.
Yes, joining the Magic.
Did you bet them this season?
Yeah, I took them to make the playoffs. I didn't go crazy. Took them to make the playoffs.
Okay. Did you bet their over win total or no?
No, just playoffs.
Okay, fair enough. Jake, did you bet the Magic?
No, I have no reason. No, I have no reason to bet the Magic. I bet them to score first to 10 and first to 20 opening night, and I'll keep doing props and stuff like that. But I go to every game, man. Like, they're one of the few teams. Actually, they might literally be the only team left I don't need money on to root for. Because I'm an Orlando guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my team. I don't even I'll fade the Vikings, I'll fade the Gators, but this is my team. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to have money on them. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's the only team I don't need to bet on.
I respect that too, but in a way, the Vikings and the Gators are like down and not really anything to get excited about. Whereas the Magic, I feel like as fans, you and I agree, this is the most excited we've been in a decade. And also, not even just being biased, like, if you think you know your team and you think your team is going to do well, see, this is where I think you and I disagree. I don't think you said it. You think the Magic are a year away.
I do.
And I could be wrong on this, but I think the Magic, after what I saw last year, going through the growing pains, starting 5-20 and persevering through that, I think the chemistry that I saw enough. Honestly, it's before the game even started. When I went into the stadium and where you walk into the restaurant and everything, when I watched the players run out of the locker room, this team loves each other.
They do love each other.
They love each other.
Yeah, they're awesome and they're fun to watch. I'm going to say that. So a brutal West Coast road trip is coming, and I'm very curious to see how it goes.
Well, fucking Cam is money just said we have a Michigan start to the schedule. What is he talking about?
Nah, we don't.
Okay.
I mean, you play the Rockets and now you play the Blazers. That's pretty easy.
No, but we get one home game and then we go on a long West Coast road trip.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He might be
Orlando,
talking just in terms of like opponent.
Let's look it up. Let's talk about it real quick.
Right.
And then we'll go to NFL.
Yeah, then we'll do NFL. Sorry, I just wanted to. I wanted to say, Greg, first of all, welcome to the Magic train, and we're happy to have you on board. What the fuck is this guy talking about? Lakers, Clippers. What the fuck is Cam's money? Step into my office, you asshole.
Playoff teams, I see.
Yeah, what is he talking about? Because
that's
two opponents in the first fucking 82 game schedule are soft. fucker. Anyway, so do you like them tonight? I don't like them tonight. They're -2.5 in Portland. That
seems trappy.
Damn it.
Don't like it either.
Well, I need over 36.5 wins, so let's hope they get it. Last game, the Kings are 2 to 2.5, 240.5 down. Any thoughts?
Little revenge.
Another
revenge.
I don't know that I like it. I don't know that I'm ready to bet in any game involving the Warriors yet.
Totally fine. I would lean Kings in this one, to be honest.
Me too. If I was to do anything, though, I'd probably fade the Warriors. Greg?
Yeah, I said revenge. Kings.
Well, I don't know. The last revenge, you went not with Kyrie, you went with the Nets. So I didn't know how you were going to. I didn't know how you were going to play it. All right, let's get into the NFL.
This is just regular revenge.
I did take CP3 to be the assist leader this year, like 39-1. I thought that might have been a nice little cheeky bet. He started with 9. We'll take it. I don't know who's winning. All right, let's go to the NFL. We have no London game, thank God. I
like the London game. You don't like the London game?
Not every week. I agreed with Big Cat on his take. It's like I need especially after grinding college football the way our season's gone. Use a little break in the morning.
I don't know. I like it. I like
first game
in the morning.
37 down to 35.5. This is not a game that's in our newsletter, but if I'm playing anything here, I'm playing the Falcons. Tennessee, I could totally get. Steak, did you freeze? Oh, I can't hear you.
I'm just those splits. You can't hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, you lagged a little bit.
Okay, cool. My back?
Yeah, you're lagging, but I think it's fine.
Okay.
But you shouldn't really 100% trust these. But with that said, I will get them up. 35.5 is a really low total in the NFL. I think it makes a ton of sense. There's trade rumors with Derrick Henry. The Titans just traded their all-pro safety to the Eagles. I mean, I think it's definitely something I would buy into, in that this team is probably up for a fire sale. Will Levis is starting. At the same time, I don't really know that I want to go against Vrabel for whatever fucking reason. And I don't really want to bet on Desmond Ridder on the road. They should have beaten the Bucs by 3 touchdowns. This cocksucker had 3 red zone turnovers. But the Falcons he's looking better. The Falcons are still the better team, in my opinion. I would probably play the under, if anything. I think that the Falcons unders are something to not overthink. They have a good defense, and their offense, the way that they move the ball and their style, eats clock. So, Greg, do you have any thoughts on this game?
I would be. Everything about this game says you should take the Falcons, and that's when Vrabel strikes. Like he's a very good coach off a bye. He's I will never be able to shake for Mike Vrabel the Titans-Jags game last year, when they were down to like Josh Dobbs, and they absolutely should have won that game with drastically out-talented. And the Jags ended up fucking winning a playoff game and like hung versus the Chiefs and covered against the Chiefs. The Jags weren't a fake team. He always seems to find a way to scheme and get it done. So even though everything about this says you should fade Levis, I don't know, man. I do like leaning into Vrabel here. So, but this is probably a no touch or an under.
Jake, do you have a read?
I don't believe 63% of the bets are on the Titans with Will Levis starting. I didn't know if I got that out with the lag, but
here are the splits according to VSiN. 53% of the bets on the Titans, 70% of the money, but the money line and short spread, 55% on the Falcons.
Yeah, I can't play this game, man. Desmond Ritter's terrible. He had one of the worst games I feel like I've ever seen last week with the fumbles. And if the Bucs came back and actually won that game, I think we'd be having like a completely different conversation about Desmond Ridder, because the fumble on the goal line when he was walking in to score the touchdown was one of the worst plays I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And you can't fumble the way he fumbled 3 times in a game, and they got lucky as shit to win that game. Desmond Ridder is dog shit. I don't think I'm going to put any money on him.
Okay. I will say, though, as someone who does not like Desmond Ridder, he's made some throws that kind of impressed me. I have to admit. There was a bit on that.
He's progressing.
On that game-winning field goal, he made a big throw to Kyle Pitts to get them in position for that.
Yeah, he did.
That was good. Okay, big game here. Packers-Vikings. And I know the Packers
take the floor,
Steak, this is your best bet. You are a Vikings fan, and I will say, as down on the Vikings as you are, you typically have a good read on them. Although I played the Vikings against the Niners, I know you didn't like that. I had to go against you there. Did not think they were going to win, obviously. They are 1-point favorites on the road in Green Bay, 43 down to 41.5. The Packers are getting healthier. I got to tell you, even though the Vikings are 3-4, they're not that bad of a 3-4 in my opinion. They're 3-1 ATS. The offenses look good. The defense is getting better. This is what I keep talking about. New coordinators takes time. I am not here to fade the Vikings. However, I do think in this spot, the Packers are the right play. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think it's I haven't been doing good capping Vikings games. I should throw that out there because I think I text mid-major Matt how much I like the Packers, and he said, as your friend, I want to tell you haven't done a very good job with Vikings games this year. He's right. I haven't. But here I can say this is probably my favorite spot to fade the Vikings. Everyone's completely, I think, officially off the Jordan Love train. He's looked really, really bad. They've looked really, really bad. I think losing to the Broncos is probably the end of everyone's hype train for Jordan Love. And Vikings have won 3 out of 4. I understand no one's impressed when you beat the Panthers or the Bears with Justin Fields getting hurt, but they are impressed when everyone says like, oh, it's fade Kirk in prime time. There's no way he could win this game against the Niners coming off a loss. I'm like, Kirk was dealing in that game. He was dealing.
He was.
Even the interception to Jordan Addison, the first one that he didn't catch, obviously he made up for it, but he could have caught that. He looked really, really good. And I think this is go ahead.
That touchdown before halftime, I will say this though, that should have been intercepted. And that to me changed the game.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll let those two cancel out.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, it changed the game for sure. Brock Purdy banged up or whatever you want to call it. The defense played really well against him. Yeah. I think it's a perfect buy low spot for the Packers, man. I actually love the Packers.
Greg?
I'm on the Packers. I got amazing CLV because I took them before kickoff on Monday night. So I actually get the Packers minus 140 money line.
Oh, you're joking.
Yeah, I'm fucking kidding. I'm not going to cash out because I still like them. So
I was about to be like, you fucker, you didn't tell me.
No, I did tell you and you didn't listen. So thank God. But yeah, I get the Packers without the points, money line, just paid a heavy premium. I'm not cashing it out. I still like it. I like it for everything Jake just said. I do. The Vikings have a tendency to, whenever people buy in, that's when the floor falls out. But as soon as we did that space on Monday night and everybody's like, Vikings are frauds. Like fucking everyone knows they're frauds. Like that's not the time to fade them. But now I think they got a little momentum behind them. They're starting to get it together. Like their wide receivers are looking fine without Jefferson. Kirk's looks okay again. I mean, the thing with the Packers though is they are very banged up. But one of the things I shared in the newsletter today was the Packers are literally one of the worst offenses in the first half and one of the best defenses or best offenses in the second half. Like for whatever reason, they do make good in-game adjustments. I do think coming out of a bye, they were a bit sluggish. I think it was a bad spot for them at altitude. But this is a game I think they win. If I didn't think they win, I would have cashed out and taken my half-unit loss on CLV. But I do think they win.
So I agree. I'm probably not going to play it. I just have to be honest with you. I know, but you know,
such a soft spot for Kirk.
Hold on, motherfucker. My largest investment this season is on the Packers win total. So I like the Packers more than I like the Vikings going into the season. The problem I'm having, it's really not about Kirk, but I got to tell you, it's the defense. Like the Vikings without Jet are playing inspired, chip on their shoulder. The season's not over football. And a lot of people thought they were going to pack it in, trade Kirk. Doesn't seem to be happening. I just don't want to go against them right now. And like Jake said, Kirk was fucking dealing. And I don't know, maybe for whatever reason, like maybe there's something where he's out to prove a point, but he's also made a ton of mistakes this year. It's cost them actual wins and losses. But the Packers, on the other hand, are a team that I'm just fucking sick of. I'm flat out sick of them. And Matt LaFleur is a coach that I'm sick of. And I will tell you this, Joe Barry, the Packers defensive coordinator, fucking sucks. So how about this? Does anybody have any interest in buying low and going with this over 43 down to 41.5?
Nope.
Both games that these teams
I'd rather
played,
take the second half over. I'd rather take the second half
but
over.
Both games that these teams played last week did not touch 40. 39 and 36. Or 36.
Yeah, I know.
43 is
I get what
kind of
you're
high.
saying. It is.
High
It is.
opener. I like the over in this game. I like points. All right, we'll keep moving. Is everybody okay on time?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, Greg, I know you want the Panthers. You were on the Panthers. Steak, did you approve of the Panthers play?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they said absolutely. Steak was one that said it has to be played. Has to be played.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
All right, fair enough. Greg, I think you can do the sell job on this. We're on the Panthers in the newsletter plus 3.5. I wanted the over. I might play the over, but we'll talk about it. Tell me why we're betting the Panthers plus 3.5 at home against the Texans.
So both teams, the way I look at this, there's a couple reasons to like the Panthers that are like actual football brain here, but I'm going to talk with Greg Brain first. But both teams went into the bye, and the Texans, went in winning 3 of 4, really starting to come together. CJ Stroud looking good, D'Amico Ryan, one of the favorites for Coach of the Year. Panthers went into the bye, an absolute disaster. They only covered, the only game they covered this year was that last minute touchdown that the Saints went into prevent and let them score because they were.
And that was a push.
And that was a push,
Yep.
right? So they've just looked awful. So right away, this comes out at 3.5. I think that's crazy fishy. It sat at 3 for forever. It just took up to 3.5 yesterday. Doesn't scare me that much because the 3.5 is still juiced. But all of that, I think the Texans went into the bye, and I think you don't want to go into a bye when you're playing great football, what they did. You
Agree
want to
with
go
that.
into a bye when you're dying.
That's my favorite
And-
reasoning for this.
Yeah, and the Panthers went into a bye when they were dying. So I think they get a little bit of fresh air. What the fuck is going on? A time to kind of take a step back, whereas you have another young team who went into it all firing all cylinders. Now they could come out a little bit clunky. The other thing is Frank Wright has finally let go of play calling duties and turned it over to the OC, which football brain, this guy's been sitting on plays for fucking almost 2 months now. Like he's ready to go. From the McVay tree, Thielen could be a good look. It could be like a little poor man's Cooper Kupp. I do really think I don't know if they win here. I love that I'm getting 3.5. But that's where I stand on this.
Okay. Steak, you agree with all of that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm good with it too. I'll probably sack up and take the Panthers. Frank Reich is fucking shit, man. Yeah, he is. He apparently is. Panthers in the same spot next week. I would wait. Okay. I think Panthers is too easy and might be fake sharp. Really? I don't know what's easy about
Really? I like Kutch too.
Yeah, I know.
It may be too obvious. I could see that.
I don't know, man. Is a team that's 0-5-1 ATS ever too easy?
And the narrative where Stroud has just been straight outplaying the number 1 overall pick. I don't know if I'd call this one too easy.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, cool. I'm in. Jags and Steelers. As much as I want to play Tomlin as a dog, 1 to 2.5, if that's accurate, 41 down to 40.5. I said this and I'm going to stick to it. I think the Jags are kind of getting right after that London trip. They haven't missed a beat since beating the Colts, beating the Saints. I don't want to get in their way, but if I'm playing a side on this, it's probably the Steelers. Big win for them against the Rams. I think that was more to do with the Rams than it had to do about the Steelers. We'll get to that in a little bit. Greg, for your best bet, I'm not touching this game. Steak, do you have a play?
No, but maybe I could see the Steelers being the fake sharp play of the 1 p.m. slate. More so, at least, than the Panthers. I could see them being a little fake sharpish. I kind of lean Jags.
I do too. Greg?
Steelers typically struggle with the Jags. I've played both this in my head. Like I said last week, claim to fame. I bet on the Steelers, or I bet on or against the Steelers 4 times this year, which as a Steelers fan, I pride myself on. I bet them 3 times to win and hit all 3. I faded them heavily against the Texans, and that one hit easily. This is a no bet for me. I do think the Jags win, but it's a tricky line. This could be like see how the game's going. Maybe at halftime I'll dive in because I could easily see the Jags up 17-3 and just cruise to victory. But if it starts turning into a little bit of a dogfight, I might take the Steelers live.
Fair. That's another team that starts out very poorly because their offensive coordinator is inept. Jags win ugly game.
You're not going to see it coming 24 weeks in a row.
This is what I agree with. Sorry to cut you off there, Greg. I think the Jags passing game can really take advantage of that secondary personally. And Trevor Lawrence is a mobile quarterback, so I feel like the pass rush might not be as effective. All right, let's keep moving. We got a loaded slate, so we'll kind of we'll scurry up on some of these. I have no read in this Saints Colts game. Not fucking anything. 41.5 up to 43.5. I guess if anything, to me, it's pretty interesting. The Saints would be a favorite on the road in Indy when Indianapolis could have, would have, should have just beat the Browns. I mean, they got fucked by the refs. And the Saints just lost to the Jags. And, they ended up making a touchdown game, but they kind of got their dick kicked in from start to finish, in my opinion. I would lean Saints based off of the line. I just don't really know that I want to do it. Greg, you got it. You got an itch in this game. I feel like scratch it. We can come back to you.
I bet the Colts 2 weeks in a row. One missed, one hit. I kind of want to go back to him one more time here, just because I still think Derek Carr just sucks and Dennis Allen's a total turd.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to live with Minshew throwing 2 picks and having a fumble in the end zone. Do I want to go through that again like I did against the Browns? Not really. I'd rather just sit out the Colts for a week because they're a pretty frustrating team to bet.
Steak?
I would lean Saints because of the line, like you said, but this probably a stay away. I think with the exception of last week, these are 2 under teams, with the exception of last week where they both scored more points than they normally do. And I think 41.5 to 43.5 is a little telling. Maybe you get some points. But this is most likely a no play game for me.
Okay. Greg, best bet Cowboys this week. I like it. I actually more than like it. The Rams are a team. I don't know if POD Pete is in here listening because he's a Rams fan. They're kind of a team, in my opinion, that overachieved, or the defense at least. I mean, they didn't have Kupp. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt there. Their offense can play, but they have not looked right the past 2 weeks. Only putting up how many points against the Steelers? Did they put up 14?
They've been a sneaky, really good under team.
Yeah, and money is always on their overs because for good reason. Yeah. And we got lucky. I played that over when they were in the Colts game. They scored quick in the first half, did nothing in the second. And then the Eagles defense shut them down after getting carved up against Sam Howell. So there's, something wrong with this offense. And at the same time, I think this Rams defense has been overachieving. I think they're about to get exposed with the Cowboys. Steak, do you agree with the Cowboys play?
I agree very heavily with what you say about the Rams defense. I think the Rams defense is about to get exposed. I think they're outplaying themselves. I don't think they're good. I think Matt Stafford's having a hell of a year, but I don't know if the Rams defense could keep him in this game.
Real quick, Fat Girl said, did I see the nugget? I don't see a nugget. Did you guys see a Fat Girl's nugget? Is it this? Burrow dropping a wide open TD. Olave getting arrested. A lot of bad news for them.
Olave got a speeding ticket. He didn't get arrested, did he?
No, he got arrested for
arrested.
Speed, I think, yeah.
70 and a 35. That's fast. Yeah. You can't double the speed limit. Bro, 70 and a 35?
That's bad, but that's not. He's not.
It's not Henry Ruggs bad.
No, well,
he slept at home that night. He didn't go to prison. It's not that bad. Yes, it's very far from Henry Ruggs bad, Jake.
Hey, Derek Carr had them both.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally agree. A lot of bad news.
So Derek Carr's the problem. Arrested from criminal speeding. He'll get a fine, suspended license. That's it. All right, let's get back to football. Go ahead, Greg. Just reaffirm the Cowboys for us.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons like the Cowboys here, especially if you look at, like you said, the Rams have been struggling. So what did they do last week against the Steelers? The Steelers have a very good pass rush, and Matt Stafford is immobile. The Steelers also have a shitty secondary. I don't understand watching that game. Every single time Puka was open, fucking boom, boom, boom. Kupp was open, boom, boom, boom. I don't understand how they didn't score more points looking back at it. It's really fucking crazy. But I think the Cowboys have just as good of a pass rush as the Steelers and a lot better secondary. So I think this is going to be that much tougher for the Rams to find points. And then I do think I was kind of surprised looking into bye week trends. The Cowboys are a really good team off of a bye. So now they get a bye and they get the Rams coming to town. I think we're starting to see the Rams readjust to that 6.5 win total. Not to say that they're going to hit one side or the other, but they came out pretty hot and now they're starting to tail off. Yeah. One of the things I looked into for the newsletter was you look at the Rams, they're one of the best teams against the spread. They're 4-2-1, but they're 3-0 against their division. Everybody outside of their division, they've struggled against. The only cover they had in their outside of the division was that Colts game that went to overtime. And the only reason they covered that was they got a touchdown in overtime. So I really think this is a kind of the Rams have hung in every game or won every game. They've been right there in it. I just think they're due for an absolute ass blasting. And I think that's the Cowboys.
Yep. All right. Well said. I like it. Talk to me about the Jets and the Giants. Greg, when you and I had a call about this week's slate, I think you said you liked the Giants. I said I just took Robert Salah Coach of the Year 9-1. Part of the reason for that is I'm sort of buying in a little bit on this Jets team. And there's two reasons. One, the defense. Outside of that game in Dallas, the Jets defense has actually shown up to play almost every week. Shut down Josh Allen. They really shut down Patrick Mahomes. Should have picked him off 3 times. And then they went into Denver, obviously manhandled Russell Wilson, which is not saying much. But they've done what they needed to do, and then they beat the Eagles. And at the same time, as much as I want to say that was a bit of a fluky win because they shouldn't have thrown an interception to end the game, it doesn't matter because they still held the Eagles to just 2 touchdowns. It's very impressive, in my opinion. The D-line dominated the best offensive line in football. I like the game planning and the scheming. I like the defense. The team fucked us last year. They found a way to win games with Zach Wilson. And now, in my opinion, too, this is number 2, Zach Wilson is actually improving. And I think maybe it's Nathaniel Hackett's credit. They're using him the right way, in my opinion. He's getting out of the pocket a little bit more. He's actually throwing the ball to Garrett Wilson. So, and Breece Hall looks great. I don't think I want to fade the Jets. At the same time, if anybody wants to bet the Giants, if you're going to bet the Giants, do it with Tyrod Taylor. He is addition by subtraction with Daniel fucking Jones, okay? So I don't want to bet this game. I get it if you want to be nasty and take the Jets. 36-36.5. I think the over would be a contrarian play. That's where, look at that fucking smirk on Jake. Look at that fucking smirk on
Gross
Jake.
overs, baby. Gross overs.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Who's going to the counter with their hard-earned money in their hand and saying, let me take the over on Tyrod Taylor and Zach Wilson? Nobody's saying that. And even a half a point line move up is weird. It's weird. That's a gross over. And I can tell you right now, I don't even need to think about it. I am playing the over.
Oh, Sauce and Reed back too. So the Jets secondary will be improved. I could see this being a 24-17 game. Absolutely. Greg, I feel like you might push the button on the Giants.
I have zero desire to touch this game. Zero desire. Giants were my best bet 2 weeks ago. Giants were Jake's best bet last week. I just like, I'm not going to keep going back to them. Maybe they're starting to right the ship, but also they could implode. The other thing too is like the Jets are so fucking good against the run. Like Barkley is going to likely be non-existent, and so now you're really leaning heavy on Tyrod Taylor. But this one to me is like no touch for the total, no touch for a side. I just don't want anything to do with it.
I don't like the Giants. I want to go on record saying that I actually like the Jets.
Yeah, you liked them last week. Sorry.
No, I meant this week. I like the Jets to beat the Giants.
Yeah. You liked the Giants last week. We're confusing each other. I'll shut up.
Yeah, I might have to play the Jets. We can split up in this game. Greg, you can be on watch.
I'll just sit on the sideline. I will sit on the sideline, happy as fuck. Well, you two both bitch about your side of the bet. I can't believe I bet on Zach Wilson again. I can't believe I bet on Tyrod Taylor over. And I'll just sit there happy as shit, not having any action.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's going to be 6-3.
That sounds like a beautiful Sunday to me.
No, but real quick though, Steak, you've been playing these gross overs, and you did this last year and had some pretty good success. Are you finding success in this one? I know you hit the Bears. Raiders.
Yeah, that was the gross over last week. Tyson Badgett and Brian Hoyer, and that went over.
That went over.
But Russell Wilson and Jordan Love didn't go over.
Yeah.
I believe that I'm hitting more of the gross overs than I'm missing.
Okay, great. This over is hitting. Holy shit. Okay, Commanders and Eagles. I know. You guys are going to say that it's my Eagles bias, but I would say hold the phone. Everybody, in my opinion, everybody knows that the Commanders play the Eagles well in Philly, but outside of Philly, when they're back at their home turf, Philly puts that dick down on them. I saw it in the flesh last year when I met Krabs. It was embarrassing. That was Carson Wentz. That was not Sam Howell, if that means anything. I do not think Sam Howell finds as much success against the Eagles defense. And I think that the Eagles are only going to continue to improve, like I had mentioned, throughout the season. Granted, there was that setback against the Jets. But you know what? I think that Jets win was actually very good for a team like the Eagles. Have a little wake-up call early. Don't get too cocky or feel too good about yourself. I think there is no reason to believe that the Eagles will not win this game. Are they going to cover the spread is a different story. I lean yes, not enough to play it, total is down a point. I think it's probably because the Commanders don't score 34 points again, 31 points like they did last time. Steak, you agree or disagree?
I disagree.
Okay.
I think this is kind of the story of the Commanders season. You know, they beat the Broncos. They start off 2-0, and then they get smoked. People are like, oh, is this a playoff team? Is Sam Howell good? And then they get smoked by the Bills, and then they come back. They play the Eagles tough, and we're back on them a little bit, and then they lose to Tyrod Taylor and the Giants, and it's just buy low, buy high, buy low, buy high with the Commanders. And I love the Eagles. I think they're the best team in the NFL, so I have as much Eagles bias as you. But in this spot, after the Eagles just beat the Dolphins by 14 in front of everyone, I think this is actually the highest I think people might be on the Eagles in this position. I would take Commanders in the points. I'm pretty confident it's a play for me.
Okay, that's fair in terms of the buy high or sell high, buy low. I get it. Greg, are you playing this game?
I can make a strong case for either side of this one. I'm probably gonna sit out. And I'm pulling for Rivera first coach fired, so I am deep down hoping that the Eagles kind of mash them. But
Same.
Again, the Eagles are a team I feel like we've bet a good bit this year, and I'm fine sitting this one out.
Okay.
There's also like a little bit of speculation around a Hurts injury. Nothing like serious, but there's like a little bit there that his knee might be worse than they're leading on to.
Yeah, there's something there. He was limping around.
Yeah, he had a brace on after halftime. It was I don't like hearing that.
You know who their backup is?
Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Not a big Marcus Mariota guy. Dolphins, Patriots. I don't think I'm going to get there with this game, but I lean Dolphins. It's a big spread, and I wanted to fade the Patriots after beating the Bills. I know there's some injury concerns. I think Hill is out. I think Waddle is banged up as well.
Hill's a go.
Oh, Hill's a go. Okay.
Yep.
Hill's a go. Yep.
I lean Dolphins, but at the end of the day, I'm going to sit this one out. Greg, are you playing this?
Man, like I just said, I can make a case for either. I can make a really – I bet I could sell everybody on the chat on both sides of this. But again, I think I'm going to sit out. You just have a Dolphins team who has thrived in these type of games and beaten up inferior opponents. But the other side of it is next week they go to Germany. And I said this in the newsletter, but it was about the Chiefs. Teams haven't struggled getting back from London or getting back from overseas. They've struggled on their way out there. This year so far, teams are 1-4 before they go to London. They're 4-0 once they get back. So now you get the Dolphins and Chiefs about to go to London. You also get the Dolphins who really want to shut down that fucking narrative that they can't beat a premier team. And you know they have this Chiefs game circled because of that. The other thing, too, last kind of nugget of trying to sell the Pats, even though I'm not taking it, is the Dolphins have a couple people on their injury report who allegedly aren't as injured as they're leading on to be, meaning they're going to sit some guys or play some guys less because they got this big Kansas City game in 2 weeks in Germany. So I think but on the other side of it too, you're buying the Patriots at a high. Like they just beat the Bills. I don't want to touch this one at all because it really confuses me on a side to take.
Okay, fair enough. Steak, anything on this?
Yeah, just like the beginning of the week, I was like, the Dolphins kind of look like a buy bad news spot with it looking like Tyreek Hill wasn't going to play. Like you said, Jalen Waddle was banged up. Since then, Tyreek Hill said he's good to go, and it looks like Jalen Ramsey might be coming back. So it's actually interesting to me.
He is. Ramsey's back.
Yeah, it's interesting to me how they flip from almost a buy bad news to sell good news spot. Because literally earlier in the week, I was liking the Dolphins. I think my lean now is a little more towards the Patriots as we sit here, but I don't have a play on it yet.
Okay, fair enough. Shout out to Joey Dumps, and I hate sweating for the sub bangs, by the way.
Joey Dumps and Alex.
Oh, nice. Joey Dumps. Seahawks, Browns. Did the Seahawks make the newsletter? They did. Greg likes the Seahawks.
That was kind of me.
All right, before we get to you, let's end with you there. Steak, do you like this game? We got the Seahawks 3 to 3.5, 40.5 down to 37.5. I initially wanted the under football brain play. Steak, you had a good point that it made too much sense. Some of these do tend to follow through, like obviously the Bucks and the Falcons. But at the end of the day, I get where you're coming from and get what you're saying. It wasn't strong enough lean for me to want to play it or include it in terms of the total. I am hoping that the Seahawks lose as somebody who bet them to not make the playoffs and fading Geno Smith. I am almost ready to admit that I'm wrong about this team and Geno. He looks solid. A couple of bad turnovers against the Cardinals, but the defense for the Seahawks looks really good. That's kind of why I wanted to bet on this under because I think the Seahawks defense shows up. I think the Browns offense probably stalls out, especially after just scoring 39 points. Then I'm still not, I'm not going to think that the Browns defense isn't good. I do think they are good, but back-to-back road games could be a tough spot for them. Are you playing this game? Steak.
I will definitely understand the Seahawks play for sure. I just don't like fading the Browns. I really got a soft spot for the Browns, and I know PJ Walker isn't good. I'm not claiming that he is. I kind of think the Browns like playing with him. They got this thing when he's in, and then honestly, looking back, I might have even been wrong talking you off the under because I like it more than I did when you guys mentioned it to me. I like it a lot more than the Colts Saints under, and it's moving down, which makes sense. I'm actually coming around to it a little bit, but I don't love anything.
Okay, Greg.
Yeah, I'll be the one that kind of falls on this for the newsletter because I like the Seahawks here. I will. Like I said, with the Steelers, I feel like I'm also have a pretty good tell with the Browns just from following them for forever. PJ Walker has won his first 2 games, one as a starter, one coming in relief. This game to me feels I feel like he has like 4 games a year and that's it. But Tyler Lockett, for some reason, I feel like this is a game where he really pops off. You saw it last week with the Colts where Michael Pittman, the star wide receiver, he had 1 catch, but one long touchdown catch, but for the most of the game, he was very quiet. And DK Metcalf's back, and people has their eyes on him. And Jackson Smith, whatever. I'm not even gonna fucking try.
And Jigba.
He had a good game recently, and people might be piling in. But Tyler Lockett just kind of quietly sits there and flares up every once in a while, almost like herpes. Like he just flares up every once in a while, and until you forget about him. So I do think Lockett goes off here. I don't think the Seahawks go crazy. I think Geno is overtly cautious with the football because that was the thing. If Gardner Minshew wasn't such an asshole with the football last week, the Colts win that game easy. But he was an asshole, and the Browns hung in, came back, won. Like this to me, I think Geno is going to be uber conservative. I think they're going to do a lot of runs. I think they're going to take their chances on some little slants. Maybe they hit a deep post route to Lockett. But I also don't think the PJ Walker hype is worth it. This team has really, really struggled. They've gotten some very lucky calls. They got a missed field goal against the 49ers. Like he's just had every bounce go his way, but he's truly, truly terrible. And it goes back to when he was on the Panthers. Like this is not a good quarterback. And I think people have sold themselves that he might be okay.
Fair. Cam said that Tyler Lockett is questionable with herpes.
Yeah, that would be good.
Questionable. I'm not taking his props yet, but he absolutely it just strikes me as a game where you haven't heard his name in a while. And he comes out and pops.
I don't think PJ Walker is terrible. You said PJ Walker's terrible. I don't think terrible.
I mean, is he?
Steak, you think he's terrible?
He's a lower end backup.
The narrative before these last couple games was that he's terrible, and now I think people are coming around to serviceable. I don't think anybody thinks he's good.
I think he's a lower end backup.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
No Jerome. Top 50.
Jerome Ford might be out of this game, so you got some bad news with the Browns.
I think he is. He is.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, I don't
with the Browns. They just put next man up.
I don't
Kareem Hunt, dude. Kareem Hunt.
The thing I agree with you the most is about Geno Smith being conservative with the football, and that makes me like the under even more. All right, we got a couple more games, guys. Appreciate you taking the time out of a busy Friday. Let's see. We've got 4 more games. All right. Cardinals and Ravens. Steak, you kind of put us on this when we were chatting about the newsletter, and I'm glad you did, even though it looks like it may have ticked down half a point. 45 does seem a bit high for a total with the Ravens and the Cardinals, especially since the Cardinals games have been going under. I also think that the Ravens games have been going under as well. Let me just double check my work here. Last 2 Ravens games have gone under. Oh, they barely even scratched 35 points. Sorry. Okay, so no. This is the Ravens games. My bad. Ravens under. Confusing. Yeah, sorry. On 2 and 4 to the over are the Ravens, so they are a good under team. And their defense showed up, only held the Lions to 6 points. And the last 2 Cardinals games have gone under. And I think this is because the Cardinals are starting to turn into that team we expected them to be before the season started, only scoring 10 points and 9 points on offense in their last 2 games. I think the offense for the Ravens just continues to get better. I think Lamar's passing yards are something that I might blindly play. I think he cracked 350 or something last week. He could have had much more against the Steelers. As we remember, there were 7 drops, and they looked great against the Titans in London. They just stalled out in the red zone. So under Todd Monken, new offensive coordinator, they're going to air it out more. He's spreading it out. I think he looks great. I think he's going to get into MVP form. Ravens are probably a team I would consider jumping in on live to win the Super Bowl. But the total does look a little high. I think this could be like a 38-14 type of game. Steak, you still feel good about it?
Love it. Yeah, I love it. Ravens games have went over 44.5 one time this year, and I think that's telling. And I think you, like you said, you might get a Lamar masterclass. I'm buying into the Ravens offense again. I know that might be a little square after how good they looked against the Lions, but I love the over, and I'm sure Cardinals will contribute more than 9 and 10 like they did the last 2 weeks. I think you're going to get 17 out of them probably.
Gotcha. And Greg, you're good with it as well?
Yeah, I'm good with it. I actually sneaky like the Cardinals here. This seems very short. The Ravens feel very, very free. They feel like a very easy teaser. Not going to play it, but I just wanted to at least put that out into the ecosystem of be very cautious because the Ravens are just coming off of their best game. And under 10 is really, really fishy.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
But I just don't want to bet Josh Dobbs. Like this is probably his last game of a starter. I wish him well. I just don't want to back him here.
Well, got to tell you this. I hope, just for the way my brain works in this 4:00 slate, there's two big dogs. I think one of them probably comes through and one of them doesn't. So we are on the Broncos. It's my best bet, but I will tell you, if I've ever had a best bet that I was kicking and streaming against, it's the Broncos. It had to be played. I almost texted Steak and Greg this morning at 6:30 a.m. that I didn't want to do it anymore. They forced me to do it. But I got to tell you, there's no other game that I would have considered as a best bet because I don't particularly love the slate this week. So we're going to do it. It's kind of a game that has to be played. I get it. It's gross. It's asthma play. The Broncos did sort of keep it close on the scoreboard last time these teams played 2 weeks ago. But if you paid attention to the game, 18-9 is not an ass kicking.
Was that the score?
19-8. It was 19-8.
And the Chiefs got a couple more. Okay, fair enough.
The Chiefs. It was windy. It was a really windy game.
But the Chiefs moved the ball at will. They just settled for field goals, and the Broncos did nothing until that circus catch from Cortland Sutton for a touchdown towards the end of the game. So, 8.5 down to 7.5. I just tweeted I think the Chiefs are probably inevitably going to win the Super Bowl. But is that maybe when you start to want to fade a team, when you're in the prisoner of the moment, you're like, oh, this team can't be stopped? Maybe. But I think out of all things, Greg probably has the best angle of fading the Chiefs here. Is it the look-ahead spot because they're going to Germany? Now, granted, it's a divisional opponent, and every divisional opponent gets taken seriously. But that is a big game in Germany next week where they're playing the Dolphins.
How serious can you take an opponent if you beat them 16 times in a row?
You make a compelling point. This should have been.
I doubt there's anyone on this Chiefs roster that's even lost to the Broncos.
I just hate Russell Wilson so much, and I have been. There's a hill I've chosen to die on, and they, the Green Bay Packers, as bad as their defense is, the only team that. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Somebody said this too, and you said this in the newsletter. My brother-in-law is chirping you. But the Chiefs are not 6-0 in their ATS in their last 6 because they didn't cover against the Jets. Remember Mahomes slid and everybody got their panties in a bunch?
Oh, I messed up. You're right. They're 5-1. Yeah. I just read that wrong.
My brother-in-law is literally texting me right now.
Tell him I'm sorry.
I thought Dig Dat was your brother-in-law for a second. I was like, I didn't know that.
Is that what Dig Dad's saying? The Chiefs are 6-0. Oh, yeah, that's my bad. Fake news. Wow. W fact check. Okay. In a weird way, though, tell him it's your fault because you made me make it my best bet.
Sure. Why not?
All right. Fair enough. So
it's gross. I don't think you got to spend too long explaining it. It's a really gross play. I feel like I'm usually the one that makes us take those, so I'm just happy it's you for once.
Fair enough.
It was actually kind of me because he even texted it and I was like, dude, but I think we just got it.
Okay.
I think we're all on the same page if this is just when we got to do. DJ, you also had a really nice catchphrase and you did it inadvertently, but kicking and streaming, I feel like that could be your new little catchphrase for the stream.
I said that?
You meant to say screaming, but kicking and streaming is kind of a nice little tag.
I said kicking and streaming?
Yeah. That's what happens when you've been streaming for 5 hours and 2 days.
In the newsletter?
No, just now.
You literally just said it out of your mouth.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I hate everything.
I think it's a great catch.
Kicking and streaming. All right. Let's last game on the 4 o'clock slate. Chargers and Bengals. I got nothing here. Steak, are you playing this?
Yeah, I'll take the Niners. I'll buy the bad news with Sam Darnold, and I'm going to go with the Niners.
Is that confirmed that he's playing?
Yes.
All right. I kind of like that. Go ahead, Greg. Do you have anything?
No, I was just say Purdy's out. I mean, every single player that's entered concussion protocol has not played, so there's no way that Purdy's suiting up.
Can I buy low on this over? Can I do that? Can I say that Sam Darnold does just fine? And can I also say that the Burrow resurgence is kind of a little bit real? Can I say that? Or can I not say that?
Out of it.
Greg, you don't like it, do you?
No, I could totally get on board because I want some kind of action in this, but I got a little I don't know. I got a little cheeky taking the Bengals to win the Super Bowl, so I don't want to take them here because I might have a Super Bowl ticket and neither team even makes the fucking playoffs. But I could get on board with this over.
Okay. All right. Last game: Chargers and Bears, 8 to 8.5 at home. The night game. Go ahead, Jake. You're shaking your head.
Yeah, I'll talk about this one first. I really like it.
Wow.
Yeah, I know it's weird. This is the first time in Justin Herbert's career where I've ever seen people doubting him. I know that sounds weird, but collectively the public has loved Justin Herbert since his first game. And it doesn't matter if he goes 8-9. You know, the meme, it's like the picture of Tom Brady and it says Justin Herbert in made up scenarios. People love Justin Herbert. It's like the first time they saw him throw a pass, they just fell in love with him. This is the first time, even after the Jags loss, I don't think he got as much blame as he should have because they dropped so much points. And having the world's worst fucking coach can mask a lot of shit for you when it comes to getting blame. And he has the worst coach. But Tyson Bagent had a real cute game against the Raiders last week. And I think you parlay with that with the fact that people are officially jumping off the Justin Herbert train. I think the Chargers win this game by 20 plus. I think the Chargers absolutely destroy them in this game.
Greg, did I tell you that last night or Wednesday night when we talked that I thought Tyson Bagent was the one? Did. And you said no.
I just said I just don't want to bet the Chargers again.
I will say this though. I know how it feels. You have been so right about Brandon Staley from the start. I have wanted to give him a chance. So I will give you the benefit of the doubt. But I wholeheartedly agree with Steak.
And I've been with Greg.
I've been with Greg
on this Charger thing more so than being with you. I'm not a Charger guy at all, and I hate Brandon Staley. I can't fathom how the guy still has a job. I really can't.
By the way, just real quick, I don't have the splits up. If anybody wants to check, let me know. I'm dropping the website in the chat if anybody is tuning in. If you guys want the newsletter, hop in, homepage. You can subscribe. We send it out for free every Friday morning. And we just recapped all of our plays and whatnot. Staley is the worst. Yep, my friends are the definition of public. Yeah, I love it. All right, guys, we've been going for 2 hours. I don't think Behind the Lines is on today. I'm going to go over the NHL board, but you guys can hop off. Before we go, though, I want to ask you, do we have any masterclass candidates, any players that you think are in for big games this week? I have hinted at that I might just continue to ride Lamar Jackson passing yards. I might take him to have the most passing yards of the day. We saw Joe Burrow carve up the Cardinals defense. I could see that happen again, potentially a receiver like Jamar Chase did. But is there anybody you're thinking about when you look at this slate? Maybe Dak Prescott, maybe CeeDee Lamb, anybody that you think might have a big day?
Got two guys, and then I'll dip after that if that's cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Calvin Ridley.
Ooh.
I'm going to keep mine into the Steelers secondary sucks, and he's due for a big one. And Brandon Ayuk.
Okay. Two receivers, Brandon Ayuk and Calvin Ridley. Chat, jot it down, take your notes. Greg, do you have any masterclass?
I'm seeing myself out.
Okay. Bye, Steak. Thanks for hanging out for so long.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'm trying to find a third because I said Lockett, but Lockett's kind of like a tier 2 guy. No one wants to go crazy on him.
Well, he's also questionable.
Everybody's fucking questionable.
That is true.
I think.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry for saying that. I hate when people say that. Everybody said Chris Godwin was questionable yesterday. Shut up. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm smacking myself in the face.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I like ETN actually to go off against the Steelers. If there's one person there, I think he's hitting stride. He's doing it every week. And the Steelers have struggled against good running backs. If teams are committed to feeding them, I think he can have some big runs and he can have a couple like swing passes that really go the distance. So I like him to have a big game against the Steelers.
Give me someone not in the
Lock
same
it.
game.
Not in the same game.
Steak said Ridley and Ayuk. Lockett
Ridley and
hasn't
Ayuk. Yeah, I looked at the Bengals game. Man, you know who might be? No, I don't even want to go to Jerry Jeudy. I don't even want to say that out loud. If we do like the Chargers, which it sounds like we do, I'm sneaky at Josh Palmer guy. I think he's shown progression in the time he's been there and the looks he's gotten. I like him or Keenan Allen on that Sunday night game.
I like Josh Palmer. That's a good one. Every time I see Josh Palmer like make a catch, I'm like, this guy's a fucking
It's just a big body.
monster.
He tends to get in front of the ball. Like
monster. I like him. I like that actually. I like that a lot. Okay. I'm looking at the slate right now. I'm just trying to think if anybody. I would say I just have a little Ridley bias, and I feel like I have his receiving yards straight.
I feel like people have keep saying it's going to be Ridley week, and it's keep not being Ridley.
Well,
week.
He had a big week in London.
That was a month ago.
No, yeah, you're right. All right, here's what I would say. Let me go. Let me see what speaks to me. Carolina's offense is going to wake up. Who's waking up?
Thielen.
Good with that. Potentially Thielen. I like the Cowboys offense against the Rams defense. Who is the guy for the Cowboys offense? Is it Pollard or is it Dak?
Oh, it could be a big Dak game.
I could really see Pollard putting on a
The good thing too with Dak is you have that lifeline in there too, where even if we have a completely terrible read, Dak thrives in the fourth quarter when he's down 20 points.
I love Lamb.
Lamb seems so obvious.
That's my only problem is I just hate going with the obvious guy, but I love Lamb. I have Lamb. It's not going to hit because Tyreek Hill is insane, but I took Lamb to lead the league in receiving. Dude, Pickens is my GOAT, bro. I love Pickens. Jake Ferguson.
I did one of the things on a podcast I was listening to today talked about how much better Pickens is when Deontay Johnson's in the lineup because he just opens up.
Yeah,
he's such a relief valve that focuses the defense to focus down. Where like I forget like nerd analytic numbers like Pickens when Deontay Johnson's not there is like a top 30 wide receiver. When Deontay Johnson's in there, he's like a top 10. Like he goes from being good to like a guy. Wow. So I don't hate the Pickens look, even though I could see an absolute bloodbath from the Jags coming.
I don't know if I said Modi Malay, but shout out to Modi Malay for the sub bang 2 hours ago. I'm very late, but he said Malik Murphy, not Arch Manning. Thank you very much for the correction on that in this Texas game.
Damn, CD's only had one touchdown all year.
Dude, Dak is really conservative. And the BTL guys nailed that because they took his under interceptions for that reason. I got to give Krabs credit for that. They nailed that. He is very conservative. He's not taking many chances. I'll tell you what, man. I got a guy to not overthink it with. AJ Brown. Beast. But you know what else?
Yeah, he's thriving.
Devontae Smith is due for a fucking bomb. Couple more. I don't like anything in the Seattle game because I like the under. I like Lamar Jackson. Yep. Okay. My guys would be Lamar Jackson. Actually, last thing. Well, you don't like the Jets. I was going to say, who on the Jets could carve up the Giants? I don't know. Maybe Brees.
I mean, I don't see that game being a carve-up type thing. I see if that game goes over, like Steak likes it, you get a defensive touchdown. Like, yep. I don't know, Brees Hall. Like, that's your look.
All right, I got my guy. It's Tony Pollard.
Go ahead.
It's Tony Pollard.
It's Tony Pollard. Mm-hmm. I get a guy, too, who's been really quiet, and he's questionable, so don't fucking chirp me.
You love questionable players. I'm just kidding. Everybody's questionable.
I like Aaron Jones.
Oh! Love it.
I like him. He's been pretty quiet. He's very good. They kind of weaned him back into the system. He got his rust off last week. I feel like I wish Steak was still here because I feel like he always thrives against the Vikings. But he might be my guy.
I like it. What are you thinking? Yard?
He might be my guy.
Rushing, receiving, everything.
I think he gets it. I think he runs for one and catches one.
So you like him to score twice?
Yeah.
All right, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna parlay it right now. You ready for this? Are you ready for this? I'm going to do.
Yeah, I'm ready. I said yes.
All right. I just want to make sure you're really ready. You know what I'm about to do?
What?
So you don't know what I'm about to do.
No, I don't know what you're about to do.
You acted like you knew what I was about to do.
I know. I said I was ready for what you're about to do. I don't know what you're about to do.
Okay. I'm going to parlay Tony Pollard to. Oh, man, it's not. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, it is. Tony Pollard, 2 touchdowns.
Actually, wait on this because Aaron Jones actually might not play. Like,
oh my fucking God, Greg!
Phil Zutley just said it.
You love guys that aren't playing. I should just take a parlay of every guy that doesn't play. I'm
just saying to wait until Sunday because if you punch it in now, what's the point? Just wait until Sunday.
Greg's giving out risk-free bets. You bet on a guy, and he might not play.
Purdy over.
No, I don't like that. Lock. What's his name? Lockett. Okay, but no. Here's my parlay. I'm going to put it in because if he doesn't play, he doesn't play. Here's the parlay. You ready for it? 50 to win, 29-60. Pollard 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones 2 touchdowns. I'm in. Greg and DJ together is such a hilarious duo. Yeah, we're okay. All right. Frustrating. Very frustrating guy. I'll let you.
I just think you start a little kicking and streaming thing. You just come in, you bitch, you piss, you moan for 3 minutes, and you're out.
It's actually a really good idea.
Kicking and streaming by DGen.
I'm very good at bitching. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I got to make a corp call, but I can keep going. All right. Thanks, Greg. All right. Is there no buying the lines today? If there's not, I would like to go over the NHL board, but I do have to make a corp call, and I really got to piss. 2 hours, and I haven't pissed. DJ and FAU or Charlotte tonight. Oh, God. I don't know. Spend time with your family. You got to pick and choose. You know what I mean? You need a balance. You got to be present. 2. We have 6 hockey games. Stream not over. Get the fuck out of here. Front and center Pat. Doubt there is BTL. All right. Can we read much into midweek injury reports? I feel like it's. I don't. I'm not the biggest injury report guy. I never have been, really. But it's important. I mean, this is what professional bettors really honestly look at, and they understand the value and the importance of every player. And if they're not going to be in there, how it changes their scheme and the game plan, and they pick their spots. I totally understand it. Go piss. All right. Take a break, DJ. Won't be here. Dude, give us a banger jam. They'll call the number. That's the play. Yeah. I gotta relax for a second. I had an hour. I talked straight for an hour. Well, until my client started fighting, which was weird. I had an hour appointment this morning. I ran my fucking mouth, blah, 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 babble, real estate market this. And then I came straight here and I just talked for 2 hours. Yesterday I streamed for 3 hours. My voice is hurting. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I might throw in a fucking dip, take a minute, have a nice little buzz. My temples are buzzing right now. I had a cold brew. Actually, it's not a cold brew. It's iced coffee, and there's a difference. Cold brew is much stronger. Let's play a little song. Let's play a song and relax. You want to relax? Let's play a song and fucking relax. Let's just relax for a minute. Let's do. Whenever I'm alone with you. Tea and honey, no dip. I do like. This is not Incubus. You make me feel like I am whole again. Banger. Oh. Whenever I'm alone. I was just listening to Incubus. Oh, yeah. I was never really a big Incubus guy, but I get it. Make me feel like I am whole again. Stretching is so important. God. Whenever I'm alone with you, make me feel like I am young again. Oh, I'm alone with you. That felt good. You make me feel like I am fun again. However far away, I will always. All right, good song. I have to take my phone with me to the bathroom. I'm gonna make my corp call. If you guys want to hang out, I'm gonna talk NHL afterwards. DJ will be right back. I'm gonna make my corp call. I'm gonna take my piss. Give me a handful of minutes. I don't know how long it should take. It shouldn't take too long. Imagine seeing this stream for the first time right now. Yeah, that's true. People probably. Also, I keep forgetting I have people outside of the office too. There's only one guy. He's like, what does he do? Imagine looking at this from the outside and just seeing a guy talking on a microphone, listening to 311, and standing up and stretching his groin. What the fuck could possibly be going on? I was just listening to this. Oh, yeah. Okay. My bad. Trust me, I'm not here to be a snob and correct you. I just want to make sure. I think he has cool vibe. W. All right, I'm going to give you want the hold music or not? Do you want the hold music while I go take care of some business? You want this or do you not want this? I think this is a fucking banger. Huh? No, nobody's talking. I'll let you look at the board. We're going to make Furl leave. Need one magic prop before you go. I don't know, man. I like Moncaro. Let me just get over this. I'll come back. Nice suit, buddy. Thank you. I don't know. It's not really a suit, but it's popping my face. Good. All right, I'll be right back. Here's the board. Take a look at it. Find me something. Envision a puck ripper. That's what I would say. Envision a puck ripper. All right, I'll be right back. Oh. Not too bad, right? That didn't take too long. That didn't take too long. All right. Anybody still hanging out here? What we got? What do we got? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Close the tabs. Oh yeah, we got 134 people in here. Let's do it. What's up, Cleese? New follower. What's good? All right, let's go to the ice. Let's go to the fucking ice. We all left. W Poop Sesh. Nice. Just getting here. Look at this stud muffin. What's up, Snacks? Shark goalie oversaves 100 units. Mackenzie Blackwood. I was a Mackenzie Blackwood truther. A little longer than we'd like, but that's fine. I just thought it was shorter. I thought it was gonna be on the phone. How long? Let me see how long my phone call was. Fat hot. No, I think I'm gonna put one in though. See, how long was my phone call? My phone call was 4 minutes. I thought it would be 6 to 7. And then I'd have and I had to piss, but it was pretty quick, honestly. Oh man. I'm fucking tired, man. Fridays I get so oh shit, hold on. I gotta call back real quick. Hold on. Corpus Maximus. Why are the Caps favored? All right. No more fucking. Actually, I have bad news. I'm probably gonna get another phone call. I am probably going to get another phone call. It's just busy, man. It's busy. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be busy for the foreseeable future, probably till the fucking holidays. I got just hella things coming up right now, which is good, honestly. I mean, if you guys remember where the OG's at, you guys remember I warned you earlier in the year when I had all the time in the fucking world. I was like, it's gonna get busy, so enjoy it. All right, let's get into it. Yep, back to Canes Day. Let's do it. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Cutmaster Co. What's up? New follow. Appreciate you. Got soft, man. I gotta make money. Probably rolling my past though, not built for the spot. Like that's fucked up. Hold on, I gotta turn this fucking music off. All right, talk to me. Tell me your name. You blow it off like it's all the same. What song is that? Bet you don't know, you Fortnite fucks. I don't have any interest in getting involved with this game, but I lean over on Hawks spread. Really? What? Why do you keep going back to the fucking Blackhawks? Well, I guess they're 3-2 on the puck line. 3-4 on the puck line. On Hawks spread, 1/3 of that money line. Just playing VG game 153. Man. Ricky Martin, good job. Appreciate you even showing up when you are Corp. W's. Thank you, McLovin. And thank you for seconding that, John Kimball. I appreciate it. And then thank you guys for hanging out. I know it's not necessarily fun to constantly listen to me ramble about senseless bullshit. And then what is a Fortnite fuck? Yeah, it's basically another word for like a Gen Zer. It's a long ass stream. Don't know how I made it. Yeah. I know I'm ahead, but Wild Money Line looks juicy. Yeah, you are ahead, one game at a time. I don't have any reason. Now, the one thing, Furl, that you said that I do kind of like is that it reminds you of the Ducks Bees. I was wrong about that. I don't want to fade wagons. And the fucking Avs just went down. What's the website you're looking at? Covers.com. Made famous by William Hung on American Idol. Interesting. I don't remember that part. I never really got into American Idol. I got to tell you, I don't care for shows with singing at all. I get it. Singing's a talent, but there's a lot of fucking people that can sing. If you can make a song, that's when I respect it. I'm like, oh, this person stands out. Just somebody who can fucking sing karaoke. YouTube Shebang Duxby's also just played, man. Come on. Deke, don't know why I said also twice. That's okay. We all make mistakes. Sounds like you're setting me up for 2 Girls, 1 Cup or something. I don't know. I'm not doing it. I'm reading the board very well in hockey right now. 13-3 in my last 16 plays in hockey. I don't want to force it. But you're right. I get it. Yeah, this is probably a skull fucking here. The only thing I'm wondering is this. The Sharks oh my God, dude. The Sharks are bad. The Sharks are bad. My God, they're bad. They are so fucking bad. You know the Canes cannot lose this game. They cannot lose this game. That's why they're 420. Sharks are traveling from Tampa. I mean, I'm not saying it's far. They are bad. There is no reason, in my opinion, to get cute with this team. Try to get nasty or gross. It's probably the Canes. Let me ask you this. Is there a way we could play the Canes? Who's in net? Can anybody check RotoWire? Svechnikov. Is this his first game since he got back? Since last year? Since the great cash out of 2022? That's right, motherfuckers. I cashed out when Svechnikov got hurt. I got shit for it. Coward, soft, smart as fuck. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Could you imagine? That'd be funny. Cavs live. Like their TTO, everything so juiced, though. Juiced where? Over or under? Really? Duh, over? So you're telling me the Sharks are going to score? All right, we're not playing that fucking game. Devils and Sabres. I like what I'm seeing so far in my Devils because I faded them. What are we talking? We're talking NHL right now. Wichita. 3, 2, and 1. I'll take it. No, Canes. Oh, I'm talking about the Ducks, bro. I'm trying to lean into maybe playing a shutout here on the Hurricanes. That's what I would play, if anything. It's a big number. It's a big fucking number. You got to look at the Sabres, man. The Sabres, yeah, but look at the Sabres on the road. 1-1, but they play tough on the road. 2-0 on the puck line. Sharks get shut out. I know. Oh, you're right. Boston Sports Stork, you're right. Is it the over in the Canes? Maybe. Yeah, it might be. I don't want to fade Mackenzie Blackwood, though. I don't know if he played last night. If he did, then I would probably co-sign it. I don't know. I don't really. You guys are right. Who said this board is disgusting? You guys are right about that. This board is fucking gross. 7 down to 6.5, huh? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it is a high total. Are the Devils 6-0 to the over? So frauds and Sabres. Okay, Furl, I kind of agree with that. I'm not buying the Devils either. I chose to fade them, but I also chose to fade the Sabres. But now this is a team this is a situation where if I've faded both teams or bet over on both teams, even though I'm invested, it's a win-lose. So I'll play the spot. You know what I mean? It was not Blackwood yesterday. Oh, well, I let you know I'm a Mackenzie Blackwood truther. Capo was yesterday. Maybe Blackwood saves? Come on, turn me up. You know the Hurricanes are going to rip puck. You know it. You know they're going to rip puck. Don't you? Wow. That's crazy. All right, let's see. Where's NHL? NHL. Shots on goal. I don't see goalie saves yet. Who's over? SG gave up 5. Somebody just told me fucking Blackwood didn't play last night. Oh, he got pulled. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Mackenzie Blackwood sucks. Then I'm off the train. I've sold all my Mackenzie Blackwood stock. Then I'm out. Wild and Caps, guys. The Capitals are back on auto fade mode. I'm playing the Wild. Can I play the Wild? Furl? Anybody? Can I play the Wild? Can I play the Wild? Let's play some Ace of Base. Do you guys want to listen to fucking Ace of Base? I like Ace of Base. Gun to my head, Wild. Got to be the Wild. Yep. Remember, I took the Caps because I said, wouldn't it be funny if the Capitals won the game that's like the one game on NHL when nobody's paying attention? Did you sell high if you sold after you got pulled? No, I didn't claim I sold high. I'm just saying, no, I didn't sell high on Mackenzie Blackwood. I'm out. Wild, no-brainer, back-to-back off a loss. Yes, Wild, Caps, fake sharp. They are so bad. Fuck it. I love it. Love it. Let's play some fucking Ace of Base. I mean, you guys, I'm going to teach you about music. You guys think you know music. You don't fucking know music. I mean, if you're under the age of like 29, you probably don't really know true good music, in my opinion. Which one do you want? I was going to do Don't Turn Around. Without you. Tell me that you walk away. Last night, let me clear the board. Ian and Furl giving me cake. Oh, did CBJ win or did they lose? Islanders POD. Blah. Wild looked so bad yesterday. I know. Carter Hart. I never gave you. I thought you gave me a play. Canes and Reg. That wasn't your play? Fucking boomer. You said Canes and Reg. They lost in OT. That's okay. They got a point. We'll take it. That does suck, though. They were up 3-1. I thought you said Canes and Reg. Anyways, I don't give a fuck. Furl, own up, Furl. That's okay. It was close. They went to OT. Wasn't a bad bet. Fuck. What was I gonna say? Carter Hart. I think we have to. I'm gonna buy some Carter Hart stock. Does anybody want to buy Carter Hart stock? I think Carter Hart might be good. Wild team total under. Yeah, that was a banger. Dame Day in the NBA? Sure it was. Did I play it? No, because I'm soft. Carter Hartstock. Yeah, Flyers are good and Hart's been him. What is he to win the Vezina? Anybody got that? Anybody got? Let's take a look. No. Take my heart, baby. Don't turn around. I don't want you seeing me cry. Just walk away. Letting you know I won't let you go. I don't see the Vezina odd, but I would tell you this. If I was a financial advisor and you were my client, I would put a little bit of your portfolio to acquire some Carter Hartstock to win the Vezina. Flyers remind me of Kraken last year. Bro, the Wild had 5 shots in 30 minutes of hockey. He's not him. Well, it's fine. I think the defense will help with the goalie's performance. Bitch. All right. Yep, Wild.
I won't miss your arms around me, holding me tight,
18-1?
never think about me.
Yeah, some people say one more, but bro, I cannot be showing up to appointments like this. I mean, maybe if I was agent in Miami.
I'm gonna define, don't
Worry about this heart of mine.
Don't turn around, just because see my heart, baby. Don't turn around, I don't want you seeing me cry. Just walk away.
Did Cade Otten go over his prop? Gabe Davis was always Gabe Davis. I love you.
I wish I could say to you, don't.
You did? Oh, he didn't go over his yards. I think he was 32.
Don't turn around, just because
Let's get back to the board. Don't turn around. I don't want you seeing me cry. Fuck yes. I am deflating, but my wife just fired me up. She texted pasta tonight. Didn't know Jeff Saturday was doing board reviews. How did you not know? I've been doing this for like over a year. Christ almighty. But what's up? Gigolo. Oh, what did he say? Oh, real estate. Who isn't a real estate agent, bro? Everybody's a real estate agent nowadays. All right, let's go. Wild for me. Coyotes. Back to back. Yep. I'm not going to go Yotes, but I'm going to go under. In the morning light and the day and oh my God, Cozy Jack. I legitimately totally forgot. I know that sounds crazy. Cool picks for the sub bang. Let's go. 11 month or W. And having fun is going to get you. All that she wants is another baby. Yeah. Coyotes at home. That's one of the reasons I like their point total over. They are tough at home. You're right. I would not be on the Kings here. I agree with you, Furl. It is the Yotes or the under. I like the under. The last game was 6-3, wasn't it? Let's see what this line is. Yeah, it's going to be an under. So if you are inside and the day is night, you're the hunter, you're the fox.
A gentle voice that talks to you won't talk forever. It is the night of passion, but the morning All that she wants is another baby. She's gone tomorrow, boy. All that she wants is another baby.
All right, last game.
All that she wants is another.
Oh, somebody's eating something. Smells like a tuna fish sandwich. Cold. With celery. That smells fucking good. Maybe on a brioche roll or something. I'd go to the game Yotes game, but tickets so much since the arena is tiny. What's her name? Mustard? No mustard. Tuna, mayo, celery, brioche. I got a whiff of someone in this office smelling lunch. Someone's eating a tuna sandwich and it smells fucking fantastic. What's up, Jelly? Where do you live, man? I see palm trees in the yard. What? I'm in fucking Brooklyn. Oh, there's a fucking fake plant right here. It might be your upper lip. That is very funny. W. Chelly, hell no. What do you mean, hell no? Do you have a Chele? What do you think about these two plays, by the way? Chelly hosting Surge would be crazy. Kings under. Kings Coyotes under. Wild money line. Last game. Why does everybody keep saying the Nucks are free? I don't care. Scene just started. Oh, dude. I'm in fucking Brooklyn. How McKiffin. How did you not know I'm in Brooklyn? I've only said it 5,000 fucking times. Lean Blues. Dude, I don't know what to do, man. Let's get back to some Ace of Base, though. I don't know what to think about this. I mean, that's a lot of it. God damn. That fucking tuna sandwich smells really good. I might have to get one, but I have to deflate. No carbs. Maybe I'll have a third cup of coffee. Talk to me. Old heads, Phil. Very funny. Love both. If Boldy plays the Wild or a nuclear piece. Ooh. Well, my thinking, by the way, in case you're interested, the Caps are an auto fade. And I did bet them against the Devils, so I don't want to look like a hypocrite. Against Devils. That was a one-time. Caps auto fade. And then Furl, our hockey sharp in here, likes the fact that we're back-to-back off a loss. Look ahead, spot pasta for dinner. Whew, I cannot have a sandwich tonight if I'm having pasta for dinner. Can't have a sandwich tonight. I don't know. I'm not. I don't like this game. I'm off of it. That's it for me. We'll talk a little baseball, then I'm going to shut it down. But let's talk. God damn, that tuna sandwich smells good. Fuck. I love tuna sandwiches. Pasta for dinner. Where would you rank your pasta orders? And I'm not actually. I don't like pasta for delivery. I'm going out to get it. I'm going out to dinner tonight. I haven't drank all week, by the way. I've been saving it. I've been saving my liver, and I have been saving the calories for the wedding this weekend. But I'm going to have a drink tonight. What am I going to have? Well, with pasta, I don't really want to have a beer. But if I'm going to have a beer, it's going to be Peroni. But let's see. I'll probably have a Negroni's good. It's an acquired taste. If you have a Negroni, you don't like it, that's fine. I'm not going to judge you. Something on the lighter side. Martini's not bad. Wine goes good with pasta, obviously, but I can't. My acid reflux lately. Carbonara, Alfredo linguine. Fair enough. Like over. I don't know about side. Bitter might get lit up. Ooh, Furl. Okay, that's a good look with the girls a lot. Bitter's been on fire. Taste of Italy from Olive Garden. That's hilarious. Yeah, Pinot Noir is probably my favorite type of wine. Pinot Noir and Cab. I'm going to go. I'll tell you what's grown on me. I'm not really a big black pepper guy. Never have been, but a cacio pepe has grown on me. A really good one. I like a cavatelli is nice. I'm not a big like gnocchi guy. It's okay. Every now and then with some pesto is nice. Carbonara sounds good. Not Alfredo. Not in an Alfredo mood. I don't not like Alfredo though. Olive Garden, the Alfredo sauce and the breadsticks is phenomenal. I'm like a 5-year-old. I can't drink wine just yet. I'm like 5 years old. I can't drink wine just yet. Oh, well, what are you doing in this stream? What's your cocktail of choice? You know, sounds weird, but what did I say? Celtics parlay. Oh, interesting. One of them's losing. I've been on a big beer kick lately. I fluctuate. I go back and forth. Lately with cocktails, I haven't really been able to find what I'm in the mood for. I was a big whiskey guy for the majority of my life. And then I started drinking tequila. I like tequila. Tequila is nice. You can drink it on rocks, drink it soda, lime, whatever. But I like vodka Sprite, but I try not to drink too much soda with sugar in it because it makes me crash. So lately, and I try to stick to clear alcohol because it's less of a hangover. That shit is true. The dark stuff hurts. I thought it was a myth. It's true. Clear liquor. So lately I've been trying to drink some clear rum and Diet Coke, Cuba Libre. But yeah, I like martinis. I'm a big martini guy. Extra dirty. No, then it's just straight up olive juice. My wife gets fucking extra dirty. It's just olive juice. Charlie Sheen style. Yep. I'm all over the place. I really am. I am all over the place. You look like a martini guy? That's not a compliment. Angry Orchard, so good, just way too much sugar. That's cider, isn't it? Rum makes me cross-eyed, I swear. Rum is fun. Rum is fucking fun. I started getting into rum when I went to Jamaica. I don't know what kind of rum they get. I bought a bottle back. I still have some of it. They fucking party because you know what? You don't crash as much on rum. Frozen strawberry daiquiri on a warm side afternoon. Call me soft. That is soft, but I respect that. I like soft. I like pina coladas. Rum makes me cross. Oh, I already said that. Starstruck makes you horny. White rum and Coke Zero be bussin'. Yeah, I Bacardi Limon and Diet Coke. The last time I played video games, you want to hear a funny story? Story time. Who's ready for story time? Do we want quick story time? This is a DGen's last time playing video games story. Bacardi Rum Factory, Pinas in Mexico. Yeah, it's my favorite cruise ship drink is a pina colada. So I like ranch waters. Yeah, I love tequila. So my wife was going out and I was having a night in because I had an early client to meet. This was probably 2015, 8 years ago. And my buddies at the time, I was playing Halo and we were playing Xbox Live. I had Xbox Live at the time. And it's very fun. I think it was probably 4 or 5 guys from all over the fucking country. A buddy playing in California, Florida, Massachusetts, whatever. We were playing and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll have a drink. Again, I had an early morning. Like I had to meet a client who was flying in town from Colorado to go look at apartments, right? And it was February. It was fucking freezing. So I'm like, all right, I'm having a night in. I'll be nice and responsible. My wife's going out. Excuse me. My wife's going out. If my wife goes out, she never stops. Like I'm ready to go to bed at 12:30. I'm good to drink for a couple hours. She wants to stay out till 4 a.m. So anyways, she's out. I'm at home on the couch, and I pour a big cup of Bacardi Limon and Diet Coke, and it goes down like water. And I'm having a great time. And I'm always the guy in Halo. I'm the driver for the Warthog. I'm such a good driver. You got someone in the passenger seat, somebody in the fucking. Such a good driver. So, anyways, we're killing it. We're doing great. And I make another drink. And I don't realize, Bacardi Limon and Diet Coke, these things are going down like fucking water. Next thing you know, I had a big bottle. I went through probably more than half of it. I am fucked up and I didn't even realize it. It snuck up on me and I just passed out. I legitimately passed out playing video games. My wife wakes me up at like 4 a.m. on the couch and I'm like, oh my God. I go to bed. I think I set my alarm. I did not set my alarm. Didn't even set my alarm. I wake up to my phone ringing. It's my client who I'm meeting. He's at the apartment I'm supposed to show him, standing outside waiting for me to arrive with keys at like 8:30 in the morning. And I literally wake up. Hello? It's like, hey, DJ, I'm at, 132 West 12th Street or whatever. I'm like, I'm caught uptown running late in traffic. I'll be there as soon as I can. I fucking jump in the shower. I throw up. I hop in a taxi. I get down there. Poor guy, made him wait I don't know how I got there in like 20, 25 minutes. He's standing outside. It is probably 20 degrees. It's freezing, chilly. He's standing outside with nothing but like a thin fucking coat and a t-shirt, freezing his goddamn dick off. And I get there and I'm like, I am hungover out of my mind. And I'm like, dude, I am so sorry. And I had to show him apartments for like 3 hours that day. I don't know how I did it. And that was the last time I video gamed. I got so obliterated drinking Bacardi Limon and Diet Coke. And I thought I was safe staying in and playing video games with my friends. But it turns out I can't do that. I can't do that because I have one drink and then it turns into fucking half a bottle of Bacardi. And it's very fun. Drinking and getting fucked up and playing games online is very, very fun. And I just legitimately cannot do that. So yeah, I mean, look, like, I don't think the guy ever had a suspicion, by the way. Nice guy. Ended up finding him an apartment, the last one. I don't think he had any idea that I was lying. And when he called me, I was in my bed. I jumped in the shower and fucking met him down. It's okay. It's okay to not be okay, DJ. Yeah. It's very fun. And like in college, when I was in college, I never finished college, but some days I would wake up and I would just say, you know what? I'm just not going to go to class today. It feels good to be irresponsible when you're younger, you know, like you're kind of an adult, but not really. I would just sit on the couch. It would be 10 a.m., 11 a.m. I would just have a bottle of Jack Daniels and I would just smoke a little weed. I would take a shot of Jack and I would just play video games. I would play Unreal or Halo or whatever, Call of Duty. And next thing I know, it's fucking 10 o'clock at night. And I'm like, what did I do with my life today? Nothing. But you know what? It kind of felt good. Kind of felt good. It's a lot more fun than bars. Yeah. It is fun. Yep. That's nuts minus the pot. Yeah. Just a nice couple of shots of Jack. Take the edge off with some pot and some video games. It's a great time, but you can't do it forever, unfortunately. That's why I had to stop playing video games. Apparently, I can't video game responsibly. I don't have an addiction. I can smoke cigarettes and dip and drink alcohol with restraint. But video games, dude, if I video game, you know, like some people say, like, I can't drink tequila. I'm a bad drunk on tequila. I can't play video games. If I play video games, I will turn the fuck up. I really will. Drugs are bad, okay? Yes. Should have been streaming it. I know. Bro, I went to fucking community college, and I dabbled at UCF. Dabbled. Never finished. I was not a college guy. I was sitting in humanities class, and I remember there was like an artifact with 3 tits. A 3 hours humanities class at like 8 a.m. And there was an artifact with 3 tits. And the teacher was like, you know, what was the reasoning behind the 3 tits? And I was just like, what the fuck am I doing here? What am I doing here? This isn't for me. I worked. I was working at 16, 17. I will never forget when I made like $1,800 in 2 weeks. I was like, this is so much money. It's never going to end. I became addicted to money. Honestly, I wanted to just make money. And I never really got rich. I'm not rich. I'm okay. But my God, I loved working and making money. And then I was in school and I was just like, I can't do this. I can't do this. It's not for me. DJ could have been OG Healer streamer retired. Yep. I can never have Bacardi Limon again because in high school I binged, drank almost an entire bottle. Yeah. I can't do that with Captain Morgan. I can't have Captain Morgan anymore. Captain Koki Smith. Captain Soko, Jaeger, Goldschlager. Can't do any of them anymore. All right. Yeah, wild for me. Coyotes under. World Series predictions. I got nothing. I got Adolis Garcia MVP. I think it's the Rangers. Yeah, thank God for my inheritance. First 5 under. Rangers at 5. What is an Equinox parlay? I don't know what that is. Rack on the backs. Yeah, the backs are fun. I like underdogs. I was really hoping that it would be the Phillies so that I could root for the Rangers. Excuse me. No, Dalios, half a unit, 16-1, $50 for me to win 800. They'll run first inning every sport on one day. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, you're right. ND covering 20, probably. Yeah, I don't think Pitt's going to do well offensively. ND's defense is rested now. They're going to probably suffocate Pitt. Yeah, damn, wow. That's the Equinox. Throw 10 on John. Yeah, my buddies were telling me I should hedge. And then some smart guys, Cam and Phils, they were telling me to hedge on somebody too. I don't think it was Jonah, though. It was I think I want to hedge with somebody on the Diamondbacks. Who should I hedge on the Diamondbacks? Let me pull it up. Let me see if World Series MVP. Okay, some guy was telling me that I didn't get CLV. I got Adolis Garcia 16-1 to win the MVP. He's 5-1 now. That's not CLV. Can somebody explain that to me? Rangers 18-1. Nice. I think that's CLV. Is it not? Corbin Carroll. Martell just won. Didn't he? Marte just won. I like Walker. That's a good one. Yeah, is that not? And I'm not being a dick. I could be wrong. COC. You mean CLV? I don't know who that is. Who is that? Goots? Oh, is that what he means? The line hasn't closed? Got it. Okay. So it's not by definition, it's not CLV. Okay. But it's a good spot to be in. Understood. Oh, dude. Sends. I don't know if Chelly's still in here. Sends auto fade. Sends and caps auto fade. No, that's definitely Sylvia. It's not even close to scenario. Yeah. Sack hit it on the head. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Listen, I'm not a stubborn guy. I'm always happy to learn. So I'm not gonna act like I know it all. I don't know shit. Sens don't play defense. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, the book I had yesterday had bizarre lines. I got the Wild under 3.5 plus 120. I was like, oh, look at me. Everywhere else it was juiced minus. And then I got the Sens team total under 2.5 minus 145. Everywhere else it was like plus 130. So it kind of evened out, but it was a weird error on the book. I thought I was getting a good deal on one and a terrible deal on the other. Sabres first period. You're doing well, pal. Thank you. I think. All right, let me look, though. Let's talk about this real quick. Give me a guy to hedge on. I like Christian Walker. 4-1 Devils. Saved by that offsides goal. Me? I got saved under 3.5. Did they score 3? You're probably right. Christian Walker. Hockey. No, not hockey. Tommy Pham. I love Tommy Pham. He's a strange dude. Former Ray. I mean, he's a journeyman. Did you guys follow Tommy Pham on Instagram? He's an interesting guy. Yeah, Sens are on auto fade. I might take the Senators to not make the playoffs. I'm doing that right fucking now. DGen, you sandbagging son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I'm playing a fucking song. It's one of my favorite songs. Jesus, you're still going? Yeah, but I'm about to shut it down. I'm free right now. What you know about Daz bands, huh? Shit. Hold on. Senators are not making the playoffs. Hold on. I'm trying to look up 2 things at once right now. Can you go to 5 p.m.? No, I can't. I gotta go walk my dog, but I'm done. I'm done with work. Well, I got emails and shit. Yeah, I mean, if there's no reason not to. If BTL is not going, I'll fill the time for you guys. I can't believe there's 159 fucking people in here. You just walked your dog? Nice. That's what I'm gonna. Agreed. Sack leader, baby. Thank you. I had to be corp this morning. Appreciate it. All right, hold on. Make playoffs. No, it was minus 178. You heard it here right now. DJ. I got people looking at me right now. I keep forgetting the office is kind of busy. I got it right now. Listen. You ready for this shit? Somebody's looking at me and they're kind of laughing. Good. Ottawa Senators, no. What does fine mean? F-E-I-N. What does that mean? Ask them their POD. What's the odds on that? Minus 178. It's going to go to minus 240. Fiend. What's fiend mean? Fiend? Fiend? What does that mean? All right, hold on. I got to look at Adalis Garcia. What the fuck does that mean? Travis Scott? No, dude. I'm not. From here on out, I'm playing Samson. Oh, no. We're not playing fucking Travis Scott. We're not playing your goddamn millennial music. We're going to play bangers. from now on. All right, we're gonna play old school. Man, I love to be a joker. Now we are here to have some fun. So let it whip. Pop, pop. So let it whip. Just whip it, baby. Just whip it right. Oh, 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 oh. Talk to me nice. CLV, CLV, CLV. Adalis, you sandbagging son of a bitch. What does that say? Holy moly. Holy moly. Yeah, dude, I'm not a Travis Scott. That's just not my style of music, honestly. J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. That's the hip hop that I like. Yeah, Carter Hart, bro. Buy Carter Hart stock. Oh, that's the other thing, Chelly, while you're in here, Puckhead, fading the Senators, buying Carter Hart stock. I don't know if you agree with that. I'm back, and you're good. Are the Rangers a wagon? Hold on. NFL thoughts. I've been streaming for 3 hours and 12 minutes. Already went through, and you can subscribe on the website, thedegenerateweekly.com, for the newsletters, best bets. 3-6 clears. You're right. You know what? You're so right. You are so right. And Project Pat. Project Pat is in this motherfucker. I know. Hate. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. Don't. Come on now.
Welcome to the Hypnotized Zone.
Hold on.
Today,
who am I hedging with? Christian?
Today, he tried to
Christian?
save his girlfriend. Here's the story.
Man, you won't believe what the hell took me now, man. What?
How about that bass right there?
Fuck my bitch. But I'm gonna kill him when he get off work tonight, though. Man, fuck that hoe, man. They been trying to say that bitch, man. My niggas don't have the whole of Brian Fraser.
Has anybody played the air bass to Project Pat? No.
You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. I love her, man. I love her, man. That's man. I love her, man. I gotta marry her, man. I'm gonna marry her.
She don't wanna be saved, don't save her. She don't wanna be saved, don't save her. She don't wanna be saved, don't save her. She don't wanna be saved, don't save her. She don't wanna be saved.
See, if I had a wedding, these are the kinds of songs that I would play at my wedding. I can't do the fucking Cupid Shuffle anymore, and I can't do Uptown Funk. And I got to go Sunday. And when those songs come on, I'm going to the bathroom and I'm checking the scores. Walker is going yard today. Dejan, what if Kevin Kroll wants to parlay his rookie there? Oh God, could you imagine? All right, final answer. I'll do a quarter unit. I'll do a quarter unit on Christian Walker. I have a feeling. Yeah. No, I like it. I'll do it. I'm doing the Senators right now. Going in. I'm going 3 units. Does anybody object? I'm fading the Senators. I'm fading the Sens. Only OGs know who Project Pat is. W. Yeah. 3-6 is dope too, for sure. Is it the D-backs or Rangers today? I don't really know. I'm hoping the Rangers. Trent had a great tweet, by the way. He's so right. You cannot have the state you live in come after you. You cannot do that. NY President's Cup winner? Dude. No, my wife hates gambling. She likes to just vicariously gamble through me. Like when we're at a game, she wants me to have something on it so she can root for it, but she hates losing her money. She's like, I work too hard for my money to lose it in gambling. So, but she is cool. Like she likes it. She likes the idea of it. She loves talking about it, but she doesn't actually bet. 36 Mafia with the original. Yeah. One time when I went to sing karaoke, this is another funny story. Well, I don't know. I think it's funny. You might not think it's funny. That's fine. All right. Senators. Sorry about your loss. By the way, W, one of my best bets that I've made in hockey. Decent with hockey futures. Hit Vezina, Igor 2 years ago, 20-1. I took the Golden Knights to miss the playoffs, plus 480 for 2 units. 200 to win 960 or something. I have the ticket. Maybe it was a little less than that. When they fired Gallant. Okogie. All right. I am going to. Oh wait, I never took that. I think I'm going to wrap it up. This was fun. Should I rate anyone? Anybody that needs to be rated right now? My 3 units on the Senators did not make the playoffs. Did not move the market. It is still 178. So last story. my dad's side of the family, they owned a like a small little timeshare in like Cocoa Beach. I forget where it was. Anyways, it was on the beach, and we go there every year, and they would do a karaoke at a young age. This is why I like karaoke. I'm a big karaoke guy. And I didn't understand in karaoke. I thought you could play whatever song you wanted. Like you bring your music. My dad didn't explain that to me. I then found out the hard way that when you get there, there's a book and you have to pick from those limited options. It's not limited, there's a lot, but I was listening at my little boombox and I had my 3-6 Mafia CD. So I thought I was going to sing whatever song I wanted. And I thought I was going to sing Syrup.
Yo, pussy ass, cake ass, punk ass, trick ass.
30 ads, damn. I one of those now complaining. Come on, B-ball, you can sub up. So I thought I went into karaoke with my 3-6 Mafia CD and handed it to the lady who was probably 65 years old. And she was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh, this is the CD of the song I want to sing. I want to sing Sippin' on Syrup." And she was like, "No." And she gave me a book. I mean, if you can't vibe to this song, I'm not judging. You can do whatever you want. Wheel running a wheel, a pimp, not a pimp. Keep the dope beans higher than a Goodyear blimp. We eat so many shrimp. All right, last one. The go-to karaoke song. Let me help the song in front of people, especially. Yeah. No, I'm not going back to the Canes today. This is my go-to karaoke song right here. This is a good one. What's up? I said, hey. This one, you know why this is a good one? Because at the end of the day, like I'll sing some Pearl Jam sometimes. Black Pearl Jam is a good one. He says I eat so many shrimp. I got iodine poisoning. You might be right. I don't know. I don't know the lyrics. This is a fun one that everybody can sing along with. Sometimes when you get the crowd hyped up into it, you know what I mean? 25 years and my life is still trying to get that great big deal of hope. Oh, whatever the nature. All right, this is the last one. Last one, my favorite, one of my go-to karaoke songs, and then I'm out of here. I'm going to shut it down. Worst song is Sweet Caroline. Oh, dude. Could not agree more. As somebody who worked in a bar for like 6 years, but 3 years, they played that every. So I wait sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to let it all out. What's in my head? And I am feeling a little peculiar. Great song. Yeah, I know. It's a boss step outside, and I take a deep breath, and I get real high, and that's a good one. What's going on? And then all the like the parents and the yeah, people love this song. Good one. I said, hey, all right, last one. There's oh man, I'll tell you right now, this gets people going too. 4 Non-Blondes, What's Up? REM, Losing My Religion, and I have a sleeper. Oh, life is bigger. And you always gotta do the air guitar. Bigger than you when you are not me. Oh yeah, STP song. Things that I will go to. That's a fun one. I like Mo Bamba by Sheck West. That shit goes hard during karaoke. That's actually, I can't imagine singing karaoke. You want to know the worst karaoke song? Who Let the Dogs Out? I sang it with my sister one time. That was terrible. You just fucking say the same thing over and over again and woof, woof, woof. All right, I'm out of here. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for hanging out 3 hours, 20 minutes. I'm fucking spent. I'm at pasta and a martini tonight. I'm going to go to bed at fucking 8:30. All right, go wild, go under. And the Senators, playoffs. Today's Sunitos. All right. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. I'll chat with you guys. Board review on Monday again. Any thoughts on CFB tonight? No. Midweek. I'm 0-8 my last 0-8 run in midweek college football bets. All right. Have a great night. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.